I don't know. It just looks that way.
Sometimes
Summer League was a movie this year.
Yeah, it was.
The Memphis Grizzlies made it, but they lost to the Miami Heat. My man Josh Christopher, he was on a redemption tour this summer, right, Mars?
Yeah, man. That's my guy, man. That's my guy, Josh Christopher. Yeah, that's my guy.
Shout out Josh, man.
That's my guy. He's gonna get back in the league this year for sure. He back in the league
with Miami.
Hopefully, I think Miami can be a good spot for him. But he's an NBA level, like he's one of the 450 best basketball players in the world. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he can just find a landing spot that's good for him, good for them, good for both parties. Maybe it's a two-way this year, but he's definitely going to be an NBA player a long time, I think.
Yeah, I like that. You know, Ron, remember the other day I brought it up to you. We didn't really talk too much about it, but I don't want to go into this year and do the same thing that we do every year, and that's sleep on Miami. You know what I mean? I just don't. I'm not prepared to do that. I think. Oh, what up, Jack?
How we doing, baby? How we doing?
Speaking of redemption tours,
4 weeks after Boston win, you finally bring him back.
I didn't want to be an asshole and get on here right after the championship. This was more of a soak it in. I know exactly what the media is going to say. We're on the next year.
Okay.
Zach, this was tell the truth, man. You've been doing your victory laps around the world.
I have. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, brother. I have. Everything y'all said that they couldn't do, they did it. I've been here for it. I've absolutely been here for it. 100% I have. I've 100% been here for it. But Ox, back to what you were saying about not wanting to sleep on Miami.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep on Miami because we do that every year. I think most people sleep on Miami every year, but we also respect Miami at the same time. You know what I mean? But it's like I look at obviously they got the young kid over there, the Rook Ware. I don't know how ready he's gonna be for like NBA level competition as opposed to the summer league. I don't want to, but I'm saying like we saw Derek Lively impact the team instantly. I'm thinking if he could do something similar to Derek Lively, maybe not to that extent, but something similar. The young fella Jovic, is he ready? You know what I mean? It's been 2 seasons or 1 season that he's been down there, on the bench.
This is about to be his 3rd season.
This is right. This is 3. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, so they got Jovic over there. Is he ready to step in? Obviously, Jaime Jaquez. I think all of us up here like and respect what he does. I'm big on Scary Terry. I know Chill isn't as big on him as I am, but and obviously Jimmy Buckets. Now that I didn't bring up Tyler Hero, but Tyler Hero gets a lot of I don't want to say disrespect, but I think he's still a really good player. Whether it's
player. Tyler Hero gets hated on for his skill set and for what he brings to that team and for what we've seen him do. Tyler Hero gets hated on.
Ron, has he brought it on himself? Has he not brought it on himself with the injuries? That's number one, and number two, him saying that he's in the same category with Luka and Trae Young. When him saying that, has he not brought that on himself?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying that. Chill, you love when Anthony Edwards gets to talking that big stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think Tyler just wanted some respect, and I think when you got the skill set of Tyler Hero, when you can get a bucket like Tyler Hero, you're gonna think highly of yourself, especially if you're a basketball player. You're an NBA basketball player. You're supposed to have that. You're supposed to have that confidence in yourself,
sure.
Right? And I'm on record, Chill. I'm on record saying if Tyler Hero wasn't hurt when they make that run, I don't know if Jokic has a ring right now. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of pushback on that. Me and Lowe had big words about that. But I feel like Tyler Hero is an impactful player. I don't want to sleep on the Miami Heat. I don't want to do it.
I think the reason why that we're all sleeping on them is because all the names you just brought up, we've seen them do great things. We've also seen them not perform. There's a question mark next to every single name you just brought up, which is why I think we sleep on the Miami Heat.
Your mic is real.
It sounds muffled.
Real muffled.
Your mic sound a little bit muffled.
Is there a question mark on Jimmy Butler?
I'm in the minority. Ox, you and I had this conversation. I'm in the minority. I want to move off of buckets. I'm in prime. I'm in peak Bam years, and we've already seen over the last 5 seasons what I've gotten out of Jimmy Butler. We're not winning it with Jimmy Butler as our man. It's not happening. And
can't Bam be the man too?
Well, see, that's what I want to. I want to find that out, Ox. I got a guy that's 26 years old. He's in. I got these peak years. I already feel like he's in his prime, but I'm in peak Bam. These next 2-3 years are peak Bam years. I don't want to waste them. And I don't want to, and it's not that I don't want to waste them. Let me take that back. It's not that I want to waste them because we're going to be contenders, but I want to involve him more in the offense. I want to take that leash off of him. Spo sees him in the Olympics and knows how good he could be offensively as a scorer, as a pull-up shooter, as a transition player, as a defender. And I got a 20-10 guy on elite defense. I'd like to know where in the NBA I can't build my unit around a 20-10 elite defender. That's number one. Number two, and I think I'm in the minority with this. I want to move off of Marcus Smart. And the reason why I want to move off of Marcus Smart, I want to move off of Marcus Smart off the strength that I want to make Scottie Pippen my primary backup lead guard. I don't want anything in the way of him. And I feel like Marcus Smart in Memphis, I feel like he's, what's the word I'm looking for? I think he's in a space where he's working in the mailroom and he should have a corner office. He shouldn't be playing behind anybody. I feel like Memphis already has their backcourt in both Ja and Desmond Bane. I think they're already set there. And I feel like Marcus Smart, who may very well be their better perimeter defender, I just don't feel like he fits there with what they're building. We already got Ja. We already got Desmond Bane in the backcourt. I think they're going to move forward with G.G. Jackson. I think that
they don't have a choice but to move forward with him, Chill.
Move forward with G.G. Jackson.
I heard that.
We moved Jaren Jackson to the 4, and I feel like I got my 5-man of the future, barring any injury, in Zach. So with that being said, now I can move Scottie Pippen I can move Pippen Jr. primarily to the backup lead guard. And I feel like with Marcus Smart there, I feel like he's restricting that. Not because Marcus Smart isn't good, but I feel like he's overqualified for the role that he's in. And if I could move him and possibly get something for him, because Ox, you just brought up something real interesting. How about I call up Miami and how about I ask for you could I'll take Terry Rozier in the backup lead guard role and you can have Marcus Smart. You feeling that?
Wow.
As your primary lead guard?
I don't know who says no. I like both of those guys. I think Marcus with Jimmy in Miami, that's nice. I like that. I like that for Miami. I think he's one of those what they call it, heat culture guys. I think he fits that culture that they got over there. That's right. That's nice. And you're big on Scottie Pippen Jr. too. You like him?
I think, and Mars and I have had this conversation in the past. Mars is big on players. I'm big on fit. I think that if you look at the teams in the past where these teams have been built through the draft, and in addition to them being built in the draft, they bring in guys that fit with their unit. Aaron Gordon fit with what they were doing in Denver. Right. They probably could have gotten a better player. KCP fit with what they were doing in Denver, right? Drew Holiday, he segued right into that role in Boston. He segued right into that role in Milwaukee. I'm more of a fit guy. I feel like Marcus Smart, he doesn't really fit with what's going on in Memphis more than I feel like Scottie Pippen fits. Scottie Pippen Jr. fits in that backup role. And with that backup role, I feel like Memphis, because they're getting everybody back, right? So Vince Williams comes back, Clark comes back. They're gonna re-sign Luke Kennard. So their rotation, I think, is gonna be good. I feel like Pippen Jr. in that backup lead guard role, he could be what Trey Jones was. And I think that they can move forward. Did I say Trey? I'm sorry, Tyus Jones. I apologize.
Y'all know how I feel about Scottie Pippen Jr. Honestly, I think he's a starting level point guard. I think he's that good. Next year, who knows? Really, I'm just kind of hungry, y'all. Aren't y'all?
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never-frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code playerschoice50 at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
W segue, Ron. W segue, Ron.
I already ate, but I might have something. I
ain't eat shit. Well, I'm hungry.
I'm saying I already ate, but I'll have something else. Yeah, I'll have something.
Ron getting better at this hosting thing, man. That was a nice little segue right there. Good work, man.
Thank you, Mars. I appreciate it. I know that's not you're not giving me flowers, but that's like a dandelion.
Is he?
Bro,
is he getting better? Is he getting better, Mars, or did he just suck less?
I mean, progress is progress. Call it what you want, but progress is progress.
I'm just saying, yo.
It's better than it was. So
we'll all right. All right. I'm with that.
Yo, but speaking of which, Mars, I want to ask you specifically about these 2 summer league teams, the Memphis Grizzlies and the Miami Heat. I think they were both good teams from top to bottom, but what were some of the players that stood out to you? Some are obvious, but who are some of the other guys?
I want to start with, it was unfortunate Zach Edey got hurt in his first summer league game. That was unfortunate. I wanted to see more from Zach Edey, so that was disappointing. But for the Grizzlies, I mean, Scottie Pippen is the obvious one. He was just very good throughout, in my opinion. Very poised, being able to run an offense. He came into the league more score than playmaking, in my opinion. But now he looks like a true combo guard, which I think is good for a guy of his size and his body composition. So him being able to do that, I do think he can be a backup point guard for Memphis. So if that means getting off Marcus Smart, that's understandable. I do think Memphis want to keep some vets on the roster right now. If they got rid of Marcus Smart, it would just be Derrick Rose. So I do think they'd probably want to keep some vets or get some vets back. But Scottie Pippen, I do think, should be a part of their rotation for next year. Gigi Jackson was another obvious one. But I like the guy who was playing the big instead of Zach Edey, Jamison, I think his name is. Is that his name? Jamison. I like him. I don't know his name, but I like him just in terms of the energy he plays with. I don't think he's like gonna be a big in the NBA. I don't think he's gonna play in the league, but I do like the energy he plays with, whether that means he's in the G League or he plays overseas somewhere. But like, he sets screens well, he rolls hard. He crashes the offensive glass. He doesn't complain when he doesn't get the ball. Like, he's just a big who knows his role, and I can respect that. So I like Trey Jemison. I don't know where he's going to be next year. I know he was on the Grizzlies last year and got some minutes for them in the regular season, but I don't know where he's going to be long term or if he's signed to a long term deal. For Miami, I mean, Kel'el Ware is the obvious one. I was trying to tell everyone about Kel'el Ware pre-draft. Him going 15 was a steal. He was one of my favorite prospects. Josh
Morris,
Christopher.
right quick, before you move off him, he shocked me. Like, because I knew he was good coming into college, and he was one of those bigs where he gets a lot of hype, but at the same time, he kind of moves like a dinosaur. So you're like, I don't know how it's gonna translate to college, and then from college, I don't know how it's gonna translate to the pros. But he's one of those guys where he's gonna look better in the pros than he looked in college.
Right, because he went first to Oregon, right?
He was at Oregon, then went to Indiana. Yeah,
right. See, I remember him at Oregon. I didn't really see him at Indiana. Like this season, I didn't really catch up with him. So when I heard you talking about him, I'm like, I know that name. And then I'm like, okay, I remember when he was at Oregon. But like, I wish I would have seen more of him at Indiana, because if I would have been calling Monty McNair Indiana, like, yo, Monty, we need to draft him at 13. You know.
Yeah, because the Oregon, like, it wasn't great for him in his first year. There were a lot of questions about like his motor and his feel for the game. But I think last year, he answered a lot of those questions, especially from an effort standpoint. Indiana they weren't very good, and they didn't even like offensively. He was asked to do a lot more than he probably should have been asked to do in terms of self-creation. But you could see the tools were there for him as a great vertical spacer, a great lob threat, very good touch around the rim in terms of like that like 8 to 10 foot range, the little floaters and push shots and all of those things. That's what's going to translate immediately in the NBA. If you can get him in that part, the middle of the floor, and he can still operate and make and score there, that's why I think he's going to be great. He shot the three very well at Indiana. I don't think he's a great 3-point shooter. So I don't know what he's going to shoot in the NBA. He's willing, but I don't know what he's going to actually shoot. But just in terms of touch, and then he blocks shots very well. And he's not like a switch big, but he can play other coverages other than drop. So I do think that if there's any team that can maximize him, it is Miami. And it looks like they might be going the direction of Bam at the 4, which I think just benefits them long term. So even if Kel'el isn't a superstar, him just being able to allow Bam to play the 4, that really maximizes Bam on both sides of the floor, in my opinion. So I think that's where he's going to provide a lot of value. I do think he's going to play as a rookie. I don't think he's going to be getting BMPs. I think he's going to be a big part of their rotation.
Mars, because earlier when I was talking about him, I said like Derek Lively. Do you think that he could give that type of production as with you?
They're different players, obviously, but in terms of like how much the value he provides, I think it can be similar in terms. I don't think he's as good of a rim protector or as good of a passer, but once again, going back to the Bam thing, just the value he's going to provide is making it viable that Bam. Oh, there's an echo.
Go ahead,
viable that Bam can play the 4, and you're not just losing a bunch of value because you're playing someone who isn't even an NBA player, Thomas Bryant. You're actually playing good rotational guys at the 5. So I think that's where he's going to provide. Maybe it's not Derek Lively level impact, but I do think he'll be on an all-rookie team, and I'll be surprised if he's not. So that's how, and I think in the playoffs will be good for them too.
You think Luka has something to do with him being as good as he was? Because if he was somewhere else, could we be looking at a different Derek Lively? Because when I'm watching Ware, his touch around the basket is elite. And not only is his touch around the basket elite, he plays like a big man. He creates space. He gets big in the post. He plays like a big man. He takes up a lot of space. I think he can be an elite rebounder. And to your point, Mars, about moving him to the 4, I think that's perfect, man. I do, because I think that expands Miami's offense even more if you're able to move Bam to the 4.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I was hesitant on the Bam at the 4 thing, but I think some of it is I'm watching him play next to Anthony Davis, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
What's your issue with Bam at the 4, Mars? What's your issue with him at 6'9"? Because I think that's his natural position.
Now I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind now, but a year ago when we because I remember the first time I remember it being brought up on here.
Excuse me.
Was that Miami Atlanta playing game, and Clint Capella had like 25 rebounds, and the conversation the next day was Bam needs to be the 4. He's not a 5. All of those things, and I remember I was on the side of no, Bam's a 5. He's been the 5 the whole time. Their defense is very good with Bam. I think he can play the 5 and he's perfectly fine. Now I'm watching him next to Anthony Davis, and I understand not every big in the league is Anthony Davis. And some people say Anthony Davis himself is a 4. But I'm watching them next to each other. I'm like, hey, you get Bam out there with another big. Damn who you say is playing the 4. You want to say someone else is playing the 4 and Bam's still at the 5? You just have 2 bigs out there. One of them's Bam and another one's another big. I think your defense elevates. And Bam started shooting 3s to close the season this year. So you don't he's still not a spacer. But I mean, just in terms of like him running DHOs at the top, like you still have to guard him out there just because of how good of a passer he is. I think Bam at the 4 can work. I had concerns before, but now I'm seeing it in the Olympics, and I've also just changed my mind on a lot of things in the past year about basketball. So yeah, Bam at the 4 makes a lot more sense to me now. So I think Kel'el Ware can help with that.
Yo, Damo, how you feel about Damo? How you feel about Bam at the 4 or the 5? What position do you think he should naturally play?
Damo, your mic got an echo.
It got like
does it?
Background noise. It had like background noise. I don't hear it now, but it had.
It's good now. It's good.
It's good now. Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. Well, let me know. And
now you good.
I'll fix it. All right, bet. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you put Kel'el Ware next to a lot of guys in the NBA. They turn into 4s. I mean, I was hoping a certain team got him so we can make a certain guy a 4 myself. So I think
what certain team is that, Damo?
Speak on it.
W Jersey. I see that number. W Jersey.
Yo, relax. I genuinely, I was looking at Kel'el Ware. Mars know this. I was speaking on Kel'el Ware months before the draft. I was like, yo, this kid got something. Like I like his game. I like his motor. I know his motor was a question, but I'm like, I like his motor. I like what I see. I like what he can provide. Unlike Mars, I believe he's going to be able to shoot at the NBA level. I think that's something that'll get worked out. And the fact that he's confident in his shot will be great. But we're talking about Bam. Bam has always been a 4 to me. I've never, since he was in college coming into the NBA, I felt that he would have been best utilized at the 4. I understand the game got smaller, and he is a very skilled big, but he is, at the end of the day, he is always going to be 6'9", 6'10". And there is a certain level of bigs that were always bigger than him that would just give him problems for any reason. He will do his best against him. He'll have nights where he has the best of them on the defensive end, but there's only so much you expect him to do against Joel Embiid. There's only so much you expect him to do against Jokic. There's only so much you expect him to do against AD. Even when he was younger, I think he came in on the tail end of DeMarcus Cousins still being a thing, right before he got out of there. There was always a certain level of big man where it's like, all right, bro, Bam is only but so big. So he's always been a 4 to me. I was that crowd of people saying, yo, put Bam at the 4. He has these tools. I think I've always seen him have the tools to be able to be a shooter. I know that's something that came a bit later. More recently, his shot got way more consistent. But last year, when he was hitting the mid-range, oh my God, it opened up his game and it let me see him to be even more of a 4. So them taking Kel'el Ware, they're doing the right thing. I think it's a match made in heaven for them two, because that rim protection they're going to have down in Miami is going to be insane. And I know Ox asked Mars earlier, can he have a Derek Lively type of impact his rookie year? I'm with Mars. They do play different styles, but in terms of impact from a rookie big on a team, especially a team that has aspirations to win, I think he'll have a similar impact. The numbers I'm not going to say he has similar numbers. I'm not going to say the stat lines, the efficiency, all that's going to be the same. But the fact that they have a center coming in on a team full of vets that is looking to compete, and he fits like a glove, helping them compete, and he's doing things in his own little way that helps them win, like Derek Lively did for the Mavs this past season, I think he'll do just that for them.
Now, if they play different styles, is it because of the offense? Could Kel'el Ware do what Derek Lively was doing in that Dallas Maverick offense with Luka?
I think to an extent. He's not as athletic. He's not as athletic, so it's not going to be something.
Well, did we know that Derek Lively was that kind of distributor? I didn't see him much of that when he was at Duke.
I didn't see that. Came in. I'm not going to lie.
The passing was the one thing I liked about him offensively, to be honest.
Coming into the league,
the scoring is what I didn't like. Anything around the rim that wasn't a dunk, I hated. His aggression, I hated. But his passing was the one thing I was like, there's something here to work with. Now, he was better at it quicker than I thought he would be, but I thought he could be a good passer. Kel'el Ware, I don't see that same type of floor mapping as I see with Lively. But I might be wrong. He's going to the Heat.
No. Can I ask you how much of his passing is, like, if you would say passing is probably 30-40% of what he does for that Dallas Mavericks offense in his way, how much of his passing is something in an offense?
Do you mean like how much of Derek Lively's passing is Dallas's offense, or how much of passing is
how much of his production?
Offense?
I'm sorry. How much of his production on offense for the Mavs is his passing? If you could quantify it in like a percentage, that's what.
Passing alone, I'd say maybe like 30%. Screening and passing, probably about 65% of his offense.
Okay, and that's why I said I think he can be like 70-80% of Derek Lively, and the one thing that he's going to be missing is that passing. But the screen setting, I think that he can be I think he'll be a good screen setter for them. I think he can be a good screen setter. I think he definitely is a vertical spacer. He's a guy that's going to be able to catch the lobs the way Derek Lively did, and assert himself as a big the way Derek Lively did, be a real big body. I think he can do a lot of similar things, but as Mark said, the passing, I didn't see the passing in college for Derek Lively, and I'm not going to act like I was just the biggest Derek Lively guy, but I didn't see that then. It surprised me. I'm not someone that sees it with Kel'el Ware, so I'm not expecting him to have that. Now, if he does have that, we can have a different conversation.
One of the main reasons why Miami's offense is what it is because they don't really play that fast, and they don't really get a lot of guys out in transition to score. That's why their offense is at the bottom of the league. Plus, when they get in the half court, very similar to Minnesota, they get a lot of action. They run a lot of dribble handoff. They run a lot of pick and dive. They run a lot of stuff off of Bam, and Bam is a damn good passer. The difference is that they don't have guys who convert as much as they should. Now, if you want to move Kel'el Ware into that kind of space where Derek Lively is and see if you can get more Bam high lows, see if you can get more Tyler Hero on a pick and dive, firing it to the corner, which is what Derek Lively was doing with PJ Washington. Maybe you can add that to that offense. Maybe they can be a little bit better. But what we can't do is we can't stay stagnant with the offense that we had and think that we're going to continue to win when we're at the bottom of the league offensively.
Yo, fellas, I got a couple questions about the Miami Heat. And then I also got some questions about the Grizzlies. Obviously, these are the two teams that went to the Summer League Championship. They both looked very good. Both rosters were loaded. And then they both also had current NBA players as well. But before I do that, Jack, you were saying something about why the Miami Heat aren't respected.
It's not that they're not respected. I think they're in the back of my head at all times, especially this year when they're the 6, 7, 8 seed. I'm like, Miami's probably the best chance of beating the Celtics during this past playoffs, and unfortunately Jimmy Butler goes down. But we're talking about the bigs. I almost feel like what Miami's trying to do is something that Minnesota has going on right now, which is freeing up Cat, right? And having Rudy Gobert as the big, and then you have Cat kind of as that shooting big. Now, Kel'el Ware and Bam are both a little more offensive driven than I'd say Rudy Gobert, not so much. So is that even a more positive thing that they're now having Kel'el Ware? If Kel'el is a shooter and then has the ability to turn into a Derek Lively around the rim, finds his passing, and then you got Bam more freed up, I think it's a win-win for Miami. And I think what they're trying to build with the two big set, it presents a mismatch for any defense the second a game starts.
Yo, what's going on, Swiper?
What's popping, y'all? What's up? What's up, man? What's up, everybody? What's up, black people? What's up, everybody in the chat, man? Shout out to y'all, man. What's up? What's up, Damo? Good to see you, bro. Haven't seen you in a minute.
What's good? What's good?
Hello,
What's
white
up, Mars?
person. I feel like
I've addressed.
hello,
I said general, then I said specific. I said, "What's up?"
Yeah,
everyone?
so I'm a specify for Jack too.
Right.
I don't want it to feel
Yeah.
left out.
No,
Man. I agree, Jack.
What's up? What's up, Jack?
Hold on,
What's up?
Come on, Swappy. You better act like you see me. Say what's up, Damo. I'm right here. What's up?
I said, "What's up?" I see you all the time. I haven't seen Damo in 2 months, ever since playoffs ended.
Basically, what he's saying is he's tired of you, Ox.
No, I didn't say that.
Hey, you know what's though?
Ox left me and Chill by ourselves that one day on this for whatever.
Yes,
So
he did.
That's facts.
Yeah, Mars, because you was there.
Which wasn't a bad thing because me and Swiper, we held it down. We got busy.
I watched
Yes, we
that
did.
show. That was a fire episode.
Yes,
I know.
we got
I
busy.
don't care what nobody said. That was a
Yes.
fire episode.
Yes, we did.
But you know what's crazy though?
We held it
Swiper?
down.
I went. This popped up on my YouTube, and I went back, and it was a older episode, and Fluent was on there, and you was on there too. I was like, damn, Swiper really been around for a while.
Yeah, February, I think February this year.
That's man. I'm like, I ain't
That's
never
what's
realized
been the best 5 months of your life, bro. That's what happened, man. I walk in the room, bro. Things get better, bro.
Are you
No
Tiger?
doubt. No doubt.
Is that what you're trying to tell us? You Tiger, like the grass is greener, the sky is a little bit bluer when you
A
show
little
up.
bluer. Hey, look, the lights a little brighter.
Yeah,
you know, days not as bad, not
yeah,
as
the money-
gloomy, all that other stuff. You know?
Money look a little bit different when Tiger.
money,
when
money,
Tiger
money
was
come
around.
a little bit different. Like, you know what I mean?
All right.
All that stuff, everything on the way up.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Ox been shining. He been working out, working on them cankles ever since he met me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's what happened, bro.
Your cankles done got a little slimmer.
A
Uh-huh.
little bit,
Right.
a little bit.
Shoot,
Shit,
y'all been
Ron,
salsa
you
dancing.
see me last week. You see them. You know what time it is.
He wearing a suit. He wearing a suit now. Like I see on the channel and whatnot. Like, that's my dude, man.
Swiper, I wear suits, bro. I tried to tell you, hit me up because I seen how you was dressed that day. I wasn't trying to clown. I'm serious. Well, that's what we do.
I
Yeah,
got
man,
you.
wearing suits, man. Showing up to work, take care of business.
Yeah. Shout out Subway
What-
Couture. They make the best.
But
suits in
Chill
the
making
world.
excuses today. We'll be on, bro.
Is Chill doing what? I'm sorry. What
Making
is Chill
excuses.
doing? This
you
is
making
this
excuses?
is your best friend who you haven't seen in days. You haven't called me, and immediately
Days?
you coming in here.
We had an HR meeting
you're-
on Monday. What you
You're
talking about?
insulting me, which you weren't at, by the way. Just make sure we're clear.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't have a reason to be at the HR meeting if I
Which you
wasn't
weren't
invited.
at. But
You see
even
how that
still-
works, Damo?
even
You see how that
still-
works, Damo? I don't have anything cases against me, so therefore I can just
I
come
don't
and
have
go.
any. Neither do I. Neither does Mars. Neither does any of us. However, as a staff, we had to be at the
I don't
HR
know.
meeting. You, on
I
the
don't
other
know.
hand,
I
were
don't
not.
know. I don't
So,
know.
But rumor, I mean, I might have to file a case against Chill, seeing the group he put himself in for PCL. But other than
Oh,
that,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I seen a couple of subpoenas go out from Ox Court, so I'm not gonna say everybody up here clean.
Mars,
I heard the
stop
subpoenas
saying that,
got out.
Mars. I had nothing to do.
Ron
with
said it. I'm just saying. I feel
He's
like that if
lying.
anyone
Jack,
needs
have
a
you
case, it might
lying?
be you.
Jack, have you seen your PCL group?
I got no idea what the PCL groups consist
Swipe,
of right now.
Swiper,
All
have
I'm
you
on
seen
some
your
parts-
PCL group?
Yes.
Okay. I'll throw it on the screen in a second. We'll get into PCL because this
Lock
is good
in,
stuff.
Jack.
We got a full cast up here. Damo, I need your opinions, thoughts,
Gotcha.
especially since you're not participating. You can give us an honest opinion on what's going
Damo,
on.
Objective take. Come on.
Damo, me and Damo had a good conversation about this. When you're an all-star level player, you don't go play in the summer league.
So the PCL is the summer league, Ron? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's the summer.
It's a league in the summer.
Which would make it what?
There you go.
Oh, that's crazy.
Damo basically said, call me when the real big dogs come out.
Thank you. That's all I asked.
And then he didn't know that Dion was in there. And so he was like, all right, maybe I'll join. But that's a story for another day, though. Let's get back to Summer League. Swiper, was it anybody on this Miami Heat or Grizzlies team that stuck out to you?
No.
At all? At all.
They played in Summer League?
He just wants us to talk about Trey Alexander. That's what he wants.
No. First off, Mars, don't reveal my bait before I do. That's the point.
My fault.
It's a setup. Nah, I mean, look, I think I like Ware. I think he's going to be good. I don't want to repeat anything anybody else said. I think he's going to be good. He can have a nice impact on that team. We'll see about Bam playing the 4. If Bam shoots threes like he is right now in the Olympics, then no problem. They just need the spacing. He's going to have to provide that spacing in order for that to work. So we will see. Hopefully he doesn't do it. And then that way he can get traded where he needs to go.
So who's going to be more impactful for their rookie year as centers? It's ironic that these two teams were playing against each other. But as Mars mentioned, Zach Edey didn't play. Who's going to be more impactful?
Edey.
Kel'el Ware or Zach Edey?
I think Edey's going to start right away.
Yeah, Edey's ready.
I think he's starting immediately. And so that's going to change him. And then so if they're going to play Ja, Bane, and Smart, apparently, whatever, then they're going to be really, really small at the wings and then obviously limited. So I think if they have Jaren Jackson Jr. and Edey, I think that would help their lineup construction. But in the West, too, you need to play big. Like and I think there's just a different level of size and physicality in the West than there is in the Eastern Conference. So I think that Edey's going to have a chance to be special right away. Now, special as in like impact player, winning its minutes, but I don't expect him to, he's not going to be like Chet Holmgren or anything. Maybe. We'll see.
Big Ox, who you got out of those two?
Between Ware and Zach?
Yeah.
Oh, you already know it's Zach 100%. I think Zach was should have been the number 1 pick in this draft. I think that was just the obvious thing for me. Yeah, it's not really a comparison. I don't think he's at that level of Zach Edey.
It's crazy, Ox, how the NBA is just getting bigger every year.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he speeds them up. Make an immediate impact. I think he speeds them up with his rim protection, his rebounding, and I ain't realized the athlete that Zach Edey was, and the fact that Memphis plays as fast as they play. I think that's going to help him even more as a rim runner. I think that's going to help Ja. I think that's going to help Desmond Bane because him as a rim runner, just being a big guy running rim to rim and sinking the defense like he does. They can't miss him. Very much like San Antonio was missing Wemby. They won't miss Zach when he runs rim to rim. And that's going to sink the defense, which is going to open up the offense even more for guys like Desmond Bane. It's going to open up the offense even more for guys like GG Jackson, which, by the way, I'm glad I got Damo up here because I'm trying to figure out, because I watched this dude, and I'm trying to figure out how come I didn't see this. Damo, what was you looking at when you saw him first show up? What did you see in him was like, yo, that's your guy right there. When you saw GG Jackson, because
the name GG was cool.
I didn't see it. Damo, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not see it. I see it now. I didn't see it when he first showed up. What was you looking at? Can't hear you, Damo. Your mic is on.
We were supposed to let that one rock and just all shake our heads.
When I seen GG at South Carolina his last year, youngest guy on the floor, body of an ox. That size, that level of physicality, the skill set that he had, I'm like, how is this not your guy? Like, it was easy. I don't know. I just looked at him. I seen him play like 3 games, and I'm like, how have I not heard of GG Jackson? Did a little research, a little homework. I'm like, I like this guy.
Damo's such a homer, bro.
There it is, man. He's not from Carolina. I don't think he's from Carolina. He just went to South Carolina. And everybody knows me. I hate South Carolina.
He was from Carolina.
everybody that goes to South not from.
No, but I thought he was.
I think he is. And if he is from Carolina, I didn't think he was. But
Piccolo just said he is. Yeah,
he is from Carolina.
I thought he was.
That makes it. That makes it even more. Listen, he's from Columbia too. That makes even more sense. Carolinian blood. It's just in us. Pause. No sketch. Like it's just. That's just what we are. We live, breed hoopers. Like, come on, man.
So before I ask you guys this next question, I want to go back to the Kel'el Ware versus Zach Edey, because 3 of you guys have said Zach Edey, but I remember just 3 months ago we were saying Zach Edey wasn't going to transition to the NBA.
Who is we?
Right.
I think that's the majority of the public.
I still believe it. I still believe it.
Yeah, there's plenty of doubts about Zach Edey.
I still believe it. And I don't got him
been through an entire college stretch and dominated at the college level. He was the best player in college basketball for 2 years. So he's going to come into the NBA and make an impact, especially being on Memphis, right? John Morant in the pick and roll with Zach Edey. That's beautiful. But I'm looking at Kel'el Ware as probably a guy that's going to have a better overall career because of his shooting ability.
I see that the rebounding, you know what I mean? Like Chill said, it could speed him up. A lot of people look at that like, how could a guy like that speed you up? He's slow, he's big, right? But that's because he cleans up the glass quick. There's not going to be a whole bunch of second and third opportunities. They know, okay, we got Zach down there. I can get out and run. I can get in my outlet. I don't got to come back to the ball. Yeah, I can get moving. That speeds us up. You know, we got that rim protector. You know what I mean? I think his offensive rebounding ability as well is very underrated. I know y'all know I really hold offensive rebounding to a very high standard. So a guy that can clean up, especially the way Ja comes to the rim. We know Ja likes to get up in the air and do a lot of that. But what we don't speak on is the fact that he misses a lot of those layups. You know what I mean? And if you got a big guy like Zach Edey following behind that, that's another 4 to 8 points right there that you can expect. Second chance points, you know what I mean? So, and on top of that, like, he got good hands, good footwork. If he seals you on that block, you're pretty much at his mercy. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really, so for those things, it's like, it might not be pretty, it might not be flashy, but it's very impactful. You know what I mean? And so for those reasons, I think Zach is already ready to go.
And he did what you told him to do. On top of that, he did what you told him to go back to school. He was the National Player of the Year 2 years ago, and you told him that he wasn't going to get drafted, and he went back to school and got better. He got better around the basket. He got better with his touch. He got better as a rebounder. He got better as a defender, right? His footwork got better. He actually got stronger. So he did what you told him to do, which means that when I get to the league, I feel like that tells me that he's very coachable. And in the process of him being very coachable, in addition to him being the athlete that he is, which is speeding him up, making him faster, he's going to improve with everything that they tell him to do.
Why?
He doesn't need to shoot. I don't need Zach Edey shooting threes.
Why are there so many bigs in the Western Conference?
Why are there?
Yes.
Because that's what the game's
They're gearing
about,
up
man.
to beat everybody. They're gearing up to handle Jokic, to handle Minnesota. You have to gear up to beat the best teams.
To beat Sengun. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what swipe up when you say why there's so many bigs. What do you mean?
Because Edey's going to be, because Edey's 7. How tall is he? 7 what?
7'3".
3?
7'4". Yeah, I think he's 7'3".
Whatever. Yeah,
He's the biggest player in the league. He's bigger than Wemby. So
is he?
Like he bigger as in wider?
He's taller.
Is he taller than Wemby?
No, I thought Wemby was 7'5".
I thought he was.
Wemby was listed as Wemby got measured at 7'4".
7'4".
Celtics said Wemby grew an inch this summer.
He grew.
If Wemby's grown, okay, yeah, he's still the
God.
tallest man in the league.
What are we doing?
Okay.
But if Wemby's still his listed height pre-draft, Zach Edey's the tallest man in the league, and I think he has the longest wingspan in the league too. I think.
Yeah, I think so. With all that being said, I think like the Edey when as soon as he got drafted, I was like, yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Like in the Western Conference, you're going to be dealing with just even through the West, you're going to be dealing with Chet, Isaiah Hartenstein, Jokic. Then you're going to be dealing with Kat and Rudy, and then Zubac, and then you're dealing with who's the 5 seed this last year? Lively and Gafford,
yeah.
and then 6, well, even Sabonis and all them. Then Anthony Davis, and then
Man, don't say like you just a throw in. Man, respect the Montes, man.
Yeah, it's facts. 1,000% top 30 player in the world.
Yeah,
and then you keep going. Like again, these are playing teams. The Lakers are playing teams, and you're gonna have to deal with like an elite level center. So like I think across the board. And then even versatility standpoint, you're playing versus Embiid and Giannis and them. You want to be able to have like additional bodies that can get rebounds, that can keep you from getting in the paint, and that can be physical on the inside. And I think I'm really excited to see what they do with their lineup. Like, Edey and Jaren Jackson, but with GG Jackson in there now with Bane, Smart, Ja, they're going to have like a legit 6.
Yeah.
A legit 6.
Swiper, Swiper, really quickly, when you talk about the bigs, so in terms of from a skill set, maybe I may struggle, but the other stuff, just from being a big, do you think that I could do that? Rebound, run the floor, protect the rim. Just as a 5-man, do you think that I can do that? Yes. Do you think I could protect the rim, run the floor, rebound, be a presence in the paint? And do you think that would be enough for us in Memphis? Because this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about this Memphis squad who they're getting their whole crew back, right? Mm-hmm. And now they're adding a guy who just does big man stuff. I don't need a dude on the box that I could go to for buckets on the regular, right? I don't need that right now. And I don't think that Zach Edey is that. But just a dude who can clean glass, just a dude who can protect the rim, speed the game up for Memphis, even more than what it already is. Put more pressure on guys like Anthony Davis. Put more pressure on guys like Sengun as an offensive rebounder. Because when I do that, what I'm doing is I'm wearing those dudes down. Now they pick up dumb fouls and things like that. If I could do that, does that help Memphis?
Yes, 1,000%. But I think that their ability, because last year what they struggled with is that because they didn't have Adams, they just could not get bigger. Like no matter what they did, they couldn't do anything about that. And if you have an option to be able to play big, and then if you want to not play big, play versatile and big, which they can do with Jaren and then maybe GG. But then if you could also then play small, like that's I think what the playoffs are now in the West. Can you play different kinds of basketball, like the Timberwolves, your team, Anthony Edwards, your guy? They can do Naz Reid, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Naz and Cat, Naz and Rudy, or even they want to just have Cat with Jaden McDaniels at the 4, like just giving them options and versatility based on how you're playing. That to me is like what Memphis's next step is. It's like, okay, we know what Ja is, we know what Bane is, we know what Jaren is, but now we just need versatility around these 3 dudes. Because now Smart, GG, Edey, that's enough for me, I think, for them to be able to compete at a very high level in the West. And the team that's going to be able to do that better than anybody this year, Chill, is the Thunder. Because now the Thunder are going to be able to say, okay, we need Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet to be able to do this. They still have Jay Will off the bench. And then if they need Isaiah Hartenstein to be in there for size and we want to go small around him, okay, put J-Dub at the 4, Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso, SGA. Or if they need to go bigger, Chet with Isaiah Hartenstein, with SGA, with Lou Dort, with J-Dub. Like that for me is like the way of the world in the Western Conference.
The versatility offensively, I mean, I feel like that's the story.
Even defensively, Chill.
Right. And I feel like that's the story with a lot of different teams. I mean, if you can only guard one way, if I can only guard at the perimeter, but I can't really protect the rim, we're not going to go that far. It's just not going to happen. Oklahoma City, that was a problem for them last year because of the strength of Chet, was young as he was, right? And the fact that him being a rookie, I think he takes that step again this year, and I think they get better. J-Dub is the difference on that crew. He's the one I feel like has to take that next step, not just offensively, but defensively. To your point, if he can be more versatile as a defender, or if he can guard not just the 2, but if he can even guard some stretch 4s, that could really help them out. That can help guys like Hartenstein out. That could really help guys like Chet out. Because I feel like Chet, he when LeBron James said that Chet unlocked them, I was like, this dude watches our show. He does. 100% he watches our show. Because I said that before the season started. And all of a sudden when he says it, yo, he's 100% right. So shout out to others who watching us. Shout them out.
The thing about Zach too that we haven't mentioned is that he's an adult. He's coming into the league, not a baby. It's like Jaime Jaquez. He's ready to play ball. He doesn't need to come and sit on the bench for 2-3 seasons and learn how to play basketball. He's a Boilermaker. He went to Purdue for 4 years and learned how to play basketball. He's a professional already. He's already got the body of a grown man. But still, with that being said, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? He's an adult, but still young to where he can still develop some things, but he's still ready to play. You know what I mean? So that right there, I think that's invaluable. I don't think we can overlook that.
Ox, what's his upside? He 22 years. Was he 22, 23 coming into the league? Something like that? 22? I think.
22, I think.
Okay, so 22. So where is When is his prime? When are we going to see him in his prime? Because like next year he can get busy, and some people will go, "Yo, he's in his prime." When is his prime?
But that's the thing. I think you can still I think he's ready, but there's still certain things he can add. Like I just said, I don't think he needs to shoot, but he can obviously stay in the gym, work on some mechanical things, and get a better jump shot. And if he and that's something, once again, I reiterate, I'm not pressing that. It doesn't matter if he does, but if he can do that and he can stretch that out to where he's at the top of the three, that top of the key straight line jump shot at the 3-point, if he's knocking that down consistently, you got to stretch the floor so much, because Triple J already does it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a little too much, if you ask me. But he already does it. Though. Right. He's not shy about it at all. You know what I mean? So if you got a guy like that, so for instance, we're talking about the pick and roll with him and Ja. Now, if you got a high pick and pop with him and Ja, open up the whole middle, Triple J still diving. That's crazy.
For you, for a big at this point in the league now, based on the Celtics formula, because again, that's a formula. Do you think that at this point, Ox, that if you have an open 3-pointer in the league, just shoot it?
You have to shoot it.
Anybody at this point, almost anybody, like AD, Bam, Edey, just shoot it. Because even if you're hitting at a third of the clip, Ox, do you feel like that the fact that the defense is eventually, if you hit one, it's going to have to adjust, and there's more positives on the end of you just being willing to be a willing 3-point shooter, even if you're not a good shooter.
Do I have to though?
It's my thing. No. My thing, and that's what I was going to say. Because my thing is, so for instance, I'm gonna use a perfect example. Domantas Sabonis. Y'all know at first, like when y'all like, well, he won't shoot it. I'm like, well, he's still running an offensive set, so it works out that way. Sometimes it's like I can see that, but to be honest, I don't. I want to shoot the first available shot. So yeah, you can. It might not be necessarily a detriment if you don't shoot it, because you can still get something else out the offense. Right. But I want to score. I want to score quick. I want to score on available jump shots, wide open jump shots. You need to be able to shoot that. Yeah. Right. So I would say that's me. That's me right now saying even guys like Domantas Sabonis, so y'all know is like one of my favorite players. You have to shoot that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like but you have to be able to shoot this shot. I feel like as a professional basketball player, I need to be comfortable at all 94 feet of this court. That doesn't mean I have to be able to dribble like Kyrie. I don't have to shoot like Steph, but I have to be comfortable whenever the ball is in my hands.
With that,
you know what I mean? So
with that being said, Ox, I always felt like you have to be a threat. And even if I am at the long ball line and I'm wide open, if to take one dribble, to turn that 22-footer into a 17-footer, that's still going to get that defense to come out to me and drag that defender to at least make me respectable. That opens up the floor, and that makes us even more viable as an offense, as opposed to it's 5-on-4, in the words of Jalen Rose, he with us. We don't want that. Where if it's just
my bad. Well, my thing too, Chill, is when you are even like for Zach, I don't know how good Zach will be able to do that. I think maybe in a year or two he'll be more comfortable with it too. But the thing too I'm gonna keep it with Domantas. If you take 2-3 steps off him because you're not concerned with that jump shot, that's 2 dribbles, and now I'm so big, so much weight on you. I'm to the rim. You're gonna foul me something, and that's what I always say. Just because somebody's not a shooter, like now let's talk about Ben Simmons, right? A guy that's not a shooter, but if you let me at 6'10", with my dexterity, ability to sidestep, ability to finish at the rim, if you let me get a full head of steam, you're at my mercy. So even some guys like that have the ability to attack the rim, you still need to get up on them. You know what I mean? Even if they can't shoot. So it's one or the other. What can you do? If you can't shoot it, I need you. If you can't shoot, exactly. Yeah. If you can't shoot it, I need you to be able to take 3 dribbles. I'm not talking about do all this. I'm talking about I need you to go right, go left, be able to cross over or step to this side and use both hands. So if you can't shoot it, then you got to learn that. You know what I mean? So if Zach Edey can do those things in the next 2 to 3 years, Chill, then that's okay. Now he's at his peak.
I just feel like and I understand that we live in a league where the long ball is at a premium and you have to be able to shoot the long ball. I don't think that everybody, including bigs, have to be able to shoot the long ball out. I mean, Anthony Davis shoots it at what? Less than 30%. So it's not like he shoots it at a 35, 40. Not everybody in the league is Steph Curry. Not everybody in the league is Klay Thompson. And because we live in a long ball league, everybody thinks that everybody should be shooting that way. A guy like Zach Edey, okay, sure, I'm going to leave him at the long ball line. But Zach Edey, maybe his ability to pass gets better. Now you got to crowd him a little bit more because I don't want him looking over the top of the defense like you would. I'm not going to compare him to Joker, but I don't want him having that kind of freedom where he can just look over the top of the defense and just pick you guys apart, basically shooting fish in a barrel. I don't want that. So if he's respectable at 17, 18, 19 feet, now you got to crowd him. And if now he's got the ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim, then that makes not just him, that makes them even better than what they already are.
Fellas, I got to step in and salute the chat. Salute all of our members. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Salute to everybody that's in the chat and salute to everybody that's up here on the panel. We cooking today. We really cooking up. In case you don't know, playerschoicemerch.com is the best place to get the coldest things you could possibly get on the internet to put on your shoulders and on your back. So log in, grab you some. We dropped some new merch, so go ahead and check that out. Also tonight, and we'll get into it in a little bit, PCL officially kicks off. Tonight, you'll see Big Ox in the ring tonight. You'll see my man Chilltown in the ring tonight. You'll see a couple other characters as well. We'll get into the matchups tonight. We'll get into the matchups on Sunday. We'll get into what the group looks like, and then we'll get into the future PCL champion. Oh, my bad. I was supposed to do this. The future PCL champion. Y'all see him. He's in the house tonight. He's doing it for Boston. He's doing it for Tatum. He's doing it for the $1,000 he's about to win. I guess this is a good time to go ahead and let you do your victory lap set, Jack.
Man, I always knew this day would come, truly. But man, I know it's been a few weeks removed from it, but I'm watching Jaylen Brown get that finals MVP. And I'm not going to say that it ruined the championship for me. I'm not going to be like that, but I think Tatum was robbed ultimately, and it was a media award. The media tried to give it to Brown so that it could be this friction between Tatum and Brown, break up the duo. I'm here to tell you right now, they're going to be together for the next 10 to 15 years. And Boston did it right. Whether it was Brad Stevens who did it right, whether it was the Brooklyn Nets who messed up, whether it was Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown just developing the right way, they got it right with the two guys. They've surrounded them with unbelievable role players who seem to be all-stars. They're just going to continue to win. And so this is the first, but it's the first of many. And I expect, especially in the next 5 years, you lock this group up. I say 2 championships minimum. And I'm not disappointed with 2 championships, but I would say they're going to win 3 in the next 5 years minimum.
Minimum.
And
wow.
Minimum. I don't see. I think everything. What?
The Golden State Warriors of. So they're the Warriors of this decade.
I think when you look at the 2017, 2018 Warriors, you can compare them to the 2024 Celtics and what we're about to see with this Celtics group in the next 2 to 3 years. I think they have a very similar roster in terms of every guy you see on the court for the Celtics. Not only can they shoot the rock, but they can get the ball and go to the hoop and score a bucket. And that's a very rare thing for all 5 guys on that court to be bucket getters. There's usually a missing link, or there's usually, a weak link where you can put Luka Doncic in guard. You can have Luka Doncic, who's not a great defender, put him on the guy in the corner, and he's not as much of a defensive liability in the Western Conference Finals. Whereas against Boston, you can't hide Luka Doncic. He was going to get exposed one way or another, and it just happened that he was getting exposed by Tatum, then Brown, then every other dude that was on the Celtics. We have, in many ways, the perfect team.
Tomo, you had a question?
Yes. So if this team is comparable to 2018, does that make Jayson Tatum Klay Thompson or Kevon Looney?
Kevin Durant. So I would even say
the finals MVP.
We all love Klay Thompson, right, for the player that he was and the prime that he experienced. But we all understand he's not the Klay Thompson of old right now. I would say that the best version of Klay Thompson, I would take Jaylen Brown because of what he does in terms of everything. He can guard. Obviously, Klay was a great defender, but the one-on-one ability of Jaylen Brown, the go get a bucket of Jaylen Brown, that doesn't happen out of Klay Thompson. He scores 60 points on 4 dribbles, which is also great. But to me, I think Brown offers more than Klay Thompson, which is why you can say that this 2024 Celtics roster is almost a better roster than the 2018 Golden State Warriors.
You guys fight that? This Celtics
I'm trying to think of the whole roster.
Yeah, go 5 to 5. We'll go.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you're going roster versus roster, 2018 Warriors versus
Steph Curry and KD. You got to look at those two guys and say, damn. But you also have to say, put your respect on Jayson Tatum and feel him.
That's where the scale gets tipped.
I know.
I'm about to say that's where it gets messed up.
They have Zaza Pachulia, they have JaVale McGee, whereas we have Kristaps or Derek White or Drew Holiday as our third, fourth, and fifth options.
Wait. How did you go from Zaza? How did you compare Zaza and JaVale to your third, fourth, and best players? Yeah. Why wouldn't you compare their third, fourth, and best players to your third, fourth, and best players?
The Warriors had in that starting lineup, I would say, unless you threw Andre Iguodala in there, it was usually 4 or 5 guys. There was usually a Zaza or there was a JaVale. There was a weak link in that starting 5. Boston does not have a weak link in their starting 5. They're all all-stars.
Bro, Iggy started for them in the playoffs.
Fine. I just don't think you can stop the Boston team. And just because there were injuries this year, and dude, we made Dallas, who got through the Western Conference, we made Dallas look like a JV team. It was not close. And so say what you want about it being an easy path. We're going to run over everybody for the next 3 years, healthy or not. We got to be healthy. The other teams, they can be healthy. They don't need to be, whatever it is. We're going to blow them out either way.
So the Golden State Warriors roster at that time, if I want to make sure I'm clear, we got Steph and Klay in the backcourt.
Yep.
We got Dre at the 3. We got KD at the 4. And we got Looney at the 5. Okay, that's their 5.
Yep.
So you want to match up the Boston Celtics 5, where you got Drew and Derek White, and you got Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, and KP at the 5. I think KD tips the scale. Unless you feel
the way that I feel about Jayson Tatum, which I know you do.
I love Jayson Tatum, but sure I do. 100% I do. However, Jayson Tatum compared to 2018 KD, those two guys are not the same. No,
different players. Different players. I think Tatum's role this year was more like a LeBron than it was a KD, whereas in 22, it was more like Tatum was forming into like a KD. He beats Brooklyn, and then he kind of took the torch in many ways, and you were like, holy shit, is Jayson Tatum just the next Kevin Durant, but bigger, better, faster, stronger? And then you kind of realize this year, when he's not shooting the ball well, he can do everything else really good. When the shot's not falling, he was able to say, I ain't letting my team lose.
Meanwhile, with KD on that crew, when his shot was falling, which very rarely it wasn't falling with him, because him having 2 and 3 guys on him in Oklahoma City, only having 1 guy on him in Oklahoma City really expanded his game. And on top of that, him being much better as an athlete as he was today in 2018, his ability to get downhill and stop and pop made that offense, in fact, to the roof what it already was. So now you adding 28, 29 a game to an already potent offense. Jayson Tatum, who for all intents purposes gets busy as a scorer, 100% he does. And he does get busy as a distributor, and he did expand his game. But for what Kevin Durant added to that unit, in an unpassive way, because Jayson Tatum, even though as good as he is at all those other things, a distributor, a defender, he could be passive at times, and that could thwart them. KD was never that. It was no question who KD was. Bring the pill over here. I will get busy. Even when I don't have going, I will get going. And that's not a problem with me. So when you add in KD, you tip the scale tremendously as opposed to with Jayson Tatum, because we could still survive with KD getting busy as opposed to with Jayson Tatum. Could we still survive? We did, but long term, it's going to be tough.
Look at now I know this isn't the question, but ask yourself, Tatum's 28, Brown's 29, 2 years from where we are right now. Sure. I would say that like any other dynasty, this Celtics team is just going to be 5x better or 10x better or whatever it is. So take them in 2 years when they've gotten a lot of experience. So how much more experience can you truly get? But I think if you win a title, you're just going to be better and better. And so 2 years removed from now, you got to imagine that this Celtics team could be better than the KD Warriors.
Well, we got a lot of factors a lot of things have to factor into that, because remember, I believe over the last 5 years, the defending NBA champ got bounced, I believe, in the second round. With the exception of the Lakers, they're the only ones to go to the Western Conference, but the defending NBA champ. So you got to take health into you have to take health into that equation. You got to put money into that equation. You guys paid everybody. So you looking down the road 3-4 years. The difference between them and the Warriors is you got Steph Curry on the cheap. You got Klay Thompson on the cheap. You got Dre on the cheap. So you were able to keep this group together way longer than you're probably going to be able to keep the Boston Celtics. Because not only did you pay everybody, you paid everybody max money. And when these contracts start to kick in, now, even with bird rights, you go way over the salary cap. But I want to stick to what we talked about in terms of basketball. I do understand how good Jayson Tatum is. I'm a Jayson Tatum guy. I do understand how good he is. But when you're talking about this 2018 team, when you add 28 a game consistently to a roster that was already getting busy, that was already, I believe it was in 2015, they had the best offense in NBA history, and you add 28 a game to that, it's pretty difficult to deal with that on any level. As good as Jayson Tatum is at adding the other stuff, I don't think that trumps 28 a game to already the best offense in the league. You can't.
I think they can match up with them. And if I were to say who are the two greatest teams of all time, it would be the 2018 Warriors and the 24 Celtics, until the Celtics prove me wrong. And it's the 26 Celtics.
All time, like ever?
All time.
Yes,
those are the
ever.
two greatest teams of all
Exists,
time.
yes.
Like even when we go back to like the Egyptian days,
It's not about the Bulls winning 6 in a row. It's about 1 year. You put all those teams in the same 2K franchise and you run it.
So
who comes out on top?
Here's what we're not doing. The 2024. I'm sorry, Mars, you had your hand up.
Are the 2024 Celtics better than the 2018 Rockets?
Yes. Because the 24 Celtics were but like the shooting struggles of the Celtics at times, everyone would bring up, oh, this is the 2018 Rockets that we're being reminded of right now. And then the Celtics would bounce back because they had everything else. They had the defense, and the defense was almost the more impressive part of this championship team.
Okay, so I'm not disagreeing or agreeing, I'm just asking questions. If you think, this is more for chill because Jack's made his part of this clear. if you think the 2024 Celtics are better than the 2018 Rockets, but the Rockets went to 7 games with the Warriors, why is it crazy to say the Celtics would beat the Warriors?
Right.
Why is it crazy to say?
It's all matchup. It's all matchup.
If the Rockets go 7 with them and the Celtics are better than the Rockets,
I didn't say that the Warriors. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that the Warriors would. I mean, the Celtics wouldn't beat them. I'm thinking that with KD, I just feel like he tips the scale.
He was
100%, 100%, and they did go to 7 games, but what ultimately happened?
Yeah, they won.
Yeah, they did win. I mean, it's not crazy to say
against
win.
Does
KD tip the scale, or does he even it? You add KD.
I think he tips the scale.
Yeah.
When you add 27, 28 a game to a roster to an offense that's even more potent. I mean, they beat them without KD.
Yeah,
they beat them without KD.
You got to look at Drew Holiday and Kristaps in the addition, and D White and the rise of D White. I don't know.
So are the 24 Celtics better than the 2016 Warriors? Sure.
Damn.
No.
You know, I'm a Steph guy too. I love Steph, so this is very difficult for me.
Okay.
Because
you don't think they're better than 18 or 16?
No, I don't think they're better than the 16 Warriors. Just from a continuity standpoint, that crew had been together for a while. How they were rolling offensively, everything that they were doing. No, I don't think that they were better than the 2016 Warriors. No, I don't think that. I don't think they were better. I don't think they was better than the 2016 Warriors. I don't think they was better than the 2001 Lakers. I don't think they was better than the 86 Lakers. I don't think they was better than the 91 or the 92 Bulls. I don't think they was better than the 94 Rockets. I don't think they were better than the 2000 Lakers. I don't think that they would. Man, I can name.
Was there anything that was there a team they could have played during this playoffs that you would have said, "Oh, damn, like they beat Denver in the championship and not Dallas"? Would you then say, I'm more impressed by Boston and they could beat the 2016 Warriors?
No. I still had them winning the NBA championship, but I don't have them. I don't have them valued as high as you did. I don't think in terms of we actually ran down the champions from the last 25 years, from 2000, and where the Boston Celtics rank.
Yep.
All those champions.
Where were they on that list?
Years. They were close to the bottom. They were close to the bottom. I don't think that they were better, and I wasn't in the minority with this. I don't think they better than the 19 Raptors. I don't think they were better than the 16 Warriors. I don't think that they were better than the 13 Heat. I don't think that they were better than the 09 Lakers. I don't think that they were better than the 05 Spurs. I don't think they were better than the 03 Spurs. I don't think they were better than any of those Laker teams. None of them. None of those Laker teams. They weren't better than the 2020 Lakers. I think we had a conversation about Milwaukee in 2021, but we already saw them play against the Warriors in 2022. They weren't better than them. So they were closer to the bottom than being
this Celtic, the 20.
I think the Celtics are becoming underrated. I'm not gonna.
What are we arguing about now? I hear Celtics talk again. What did I walk back into? I'm sorry.
Jack said this year's Celtics are the best or the second best team ever.
Wait, hold on.
He said they beat the 2018 Warriors.
And I would say
it's interesting we're using 18 and not 17, but I mean,
Jack, you're from Boston?
No, Connecticut.
You're from Connecticut, but a Boston fan. Boston. So you're basically Boston. Yeah, because I think Connecticut, I would think Boston too.
New England, I would think connected to either Massachusetts or New York.
Right. Just like New Jersey and New York, but New Jersey is really just New York East, right? Chill.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding. No, don't get mad at me. I'm about to get in trouble with a lot of people too. Chill. Jack. Let's have a fair conversation here. Let's just, me and you. Let's just.
I wanted y'all, bro. And I want you next year.
I do understand that. But
who's
Jack,
y'all?
He's saying Denver because somehow I represent Denver, even though I got an Atlanta hat on right now. But whatever. I just keep to each his own. I would like to say that, Jack, I appreciate your optimism. Again, I want to shout out my friend Dan Greenberg on Twitter. Who has been upset with me many times over the last couple of months. I want to say this to you, Jack, that I do agree the Celtics are one of the best teams ever. I think context is that they went 16-3 on a finals run. Chill. They deserve all the credit for that. Mars knows I said this. They deserve all the credit for it. This is me not trolling Ron, so please, Ron, stay within moderator mode because you're going to do that thing where you're going, I don't know, Swiper. Don't leave that alone. Okay. Ox, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I have witnesses. So Jack, you I think are right to believe in your team and in the great energy, the legacy of the Boston Celtics, the long-standing fiery Southern energy of the Celtics, right? But I think on the other end of this is we can all acknowledge as well that you played one of the, again, no slight, one of the most unchallenging runs just because of injury, not because of anything the Celtics did, purely because of injuries. No Jimmy Butler, no Donovan, no Jarrett, at least for 2 games, no Donovan, and then no Hallie for 2 games, and you played the Indiana Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, who many of us would say are probably not a top 5 team. What, Mars? What's wrong?
Respect the best offense in the NBA.
No, I know, Mars. Please. I'm legit just trying to get through a run. That's not going to be full of any narrative stuff. They were, but they played the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think that all that included, and then you played versus the Mavericks, and Luka was obviously whatever. I think you deserve all the credit for that. But I think the reason why you're not going to get off best team of all time or second. It's because we have eyeballs. Okay, we have eyeballs and ears, and 3 other senses. Chill, 3 other senses that we have all available, and all that. See, what happens is biologically, our bodies, what they do is they take all these senses, they put information together, and when you get this information, the brain interprets as based on the context and the life that you've lived or information you've gathered, and where all that stuff. Now, Jax, your 5 senses are telling you that this is the truth because of your bias. Okay, your real 5 senses are telling you.
I think I'm not biased. You're biased against the Celtics.
And in the 19.
So my bias goes like, whoo. I'm like, bro, I'm not being biased.
So you're telling me
I'm telling the
that
truth.
the Celtics are better than one of No. Mars, I'm chill.
No, stay there,
appreciate
Russ. Stay there.
The 83 76ers.
1983.
The 86 Celtics.
No.
The Bulls in the night. Just pick the main Bulls team. It's 96, whatever. And then even, dare I say, the 2014 Spurs. Dare I say, the 2017-18 Warriors. Dare I say last year's Nuggets? You
If
think
you
they're
wanna
better
go roster
than
to
all
roster,
of those
we
teams?
can.
Roster for roster. That's not how basketball's played.
If we go by how basketball's played, there's no way you think a team from 1983 is beating the Celtics.
Yeah,
Okay.
So don't say that's not how
basketball
basketball's played, because we're not doing it how basketball's played. Because there's no way you think that 83 Sixers team is beating this 24
What about the Celtics in the 86? Is that too far?
There's no way you think a team from 1986
because there are a bunch of white players. What is the bias about? What's the bias about?
There's no way you can say, well, based on
why? Because of athleticism?
And the team that shot 7 threes a game is beating the Celtics shooting 50. Like, so don't talk about how basketball's played, because clearly this conversation is not going to be about how basketball's played. Because how basketball.
So you're saying relative to in the era, relative into the era, you don't think?
So then it's not how basketball's played. Now we're doing relative to era, so it's not how basketball's played. We can't say it's relative to era and then say how basketball's played.
Okay, so based on the 3-point shot, Jack, I'm gonna stay above 95.
That's a contradiction.
I'll stay above 95 just for you. So I named 4 teams. 4.
Yep.
Do y'all think that
ever to me?
Matter of fact, 01 Lakers. Do y'all think that the Celtics are better than the 4 teams I've listed past 2000?
Yes. Yes, I've told you how I feel. It's 2018 Warriors and it's the 2024 Celtics.
They would beat the 14 Spurs in a series.
Okay.
Probably sweep them, but
based on what, Mars? What are you basing that on?
They're the 14 Spurs with more talent.
Is it that simple?
Yes, they're the 14 Spurs with more talent. They move the ball excellently. They space the floor better than maybe any team that's ever existed. They have two-way players everywhere. There's no mismatch to abuse. The 14 Spurs didn't have a post presence to maybe take advantage of their one clear mismatch because Tim Duncan wasn't a scorer at that point in time. The 14 Spurs are just the 24 Celtics with less talent. They move the ball better, but they have less good players. It was Manu Ginobili in the last 3 years of his career. Tony Parker was their best player.
Ball better than that 2014 Spurs.
I never said. I said the 14 Spurs moved the ball better. I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard.
But the Celtics moved the ball fantastically with more talent, shoot the 3 way more, and have better defenders from top to bottom, more versatile. And the one weakness the Celtics may have is that post, the defending down low, which is why I think like the Nuggets and the Lakers with Shaq could pose a problem. The Spurs don't have that because Tim Duncan wasn't much of a scoring presence at that point. The 14 Spurs they're just no.
So
they played great basketball. It was very
if the Nuggets this year, for instance, because you go ahead, Joe. I don't want to. I went on.
No, keep going because I want to get back to what Mars was talking about because they're more talented. Okay, we've seen more talented teams lose, so that's number one. Number two, we've seen this team who was actually favored against the Celtics, favored against the Golden State Warriors because they were more talented than the Golden State Warriors in 22, and they lost. So the talent logic that doesn't work, Mars. Now the fact that the Golden State Warriors, the fact that the San Antonio Spurs moved the ball, that means that they put the Boston Celtics on the defense. Boston has a great defense. I won't argue that. But the fact that they put them on the defense as much as they do, that's going to affect their offense because they didn't see a team like that this season in particular who moved the basketball like that. Not only move the basketball like that, but move the basketball like that as efficiently as they did, getting cuts. You're under the impression, Mars, that we're going to have to play because you just brought up they shoot 45 threes to the San Antonio Spurs shooting 7. You're under the impression that
was
the Sixers.
I don't know. I don't know how much the Spurs shot. Maybe like 25, maybe.
Okay, well let's
wait. Didn't Danny Green make 25 threes? And that was the NBA record at the time in that series.
Was that in the 13 finals or the 14 finals?
The 13 finals. There was a question.
13 is where I think
if they would have won it, that there was a question that Danny Green could have been the finals
MVP. They made 8.5 threes a game in 24.
Right. They give the finals MVP.
The point that I'm making with that, Mars, is that you're under the impression that we have to play like that. No, we don't have to play like that. The Detroit Pistons in 2004 proved that we don't have to get sucked into the way you play, because if we get sucked into the way you play, we're going to get blown out. I understand how important the long ball is in today's game. I understand how important stretching the defense is in today's game. But if you can stick to your principles, which is what the San Antonio Spurs did, which made them as good as they were, they never allowed anybody to make them play, even though they could, because how good they were defensively, even though they could, how good they moved the basketball. They never allowed anybody to take them out of the way that they played. And a Boston Celtic team who is as good as they are, shooting the long ball like you say they are, doesn't necessarily mean that we have to play like that, because if we get sucked into the way you play, we're going to get blown out.
Don't stop there, Chip. Don't stop.
The points are going to be on the board. They're just going to make them up somehow. I'm not saying they have to play the way the Celtics do, but factually, if one team makes 16 threes and one team makes 8, you're at a 24-point disadvantage. That's
but Denver,
the Spurs have to make up those 24 points in other ways: offensive rebounding, layups, getting to the free throw line. There's other ways to make it up, but they are factually starting at a deficit because of the 3-point shot. I'm not saying they have to shoot as many threes, but they are factually starting at that deficit because they're not going to get up as many as Boston do.
That's how it works. That's how it works. We understand that. Just because you make more threes doesn't mean that you win the game, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
So we understand that. But I want to say this, Mark, Chill, because I thought when you cut in there, I thought you was going to point out the obvious. Saying that they didn't have a post presence is crazy, Mark.
To say that Tim Duncan wasn't
He wasn't a
sure, he's looking at Tim Duncan from 2000. He's not the same Tim Duncan that he was.
Once again, not a scorer.
No,
they didn't use the post to score. It's like how the Warriors use Draymond Green in the post. They put him in the post, but they don't use him to score. Tim Duncan wasn't used to score at that point. Now he could still score. You give the ball to Tim Duncan, he can still score. But that wasn't what they used the post for. They were running their split cuts. They were using Tony Parker. That's what they used the post for.
Of course, it wasn't like the old days or what we've seen in previous championship runs, but he was still very much a post presence.
And on top of that,
he wasn't Jokic or Shaq, and that's the ones where I was like, that's what I think is going to cause Boston the most problem. Not like I think Sabonis is a post presence. I don't think he's going to destroy the Celtics. I think what Tim Duncan was in 14, I don't think that's the offensive X factor. That's like, yeah, that's the thing they have no answer for, even though Tim Duncan was great.
Jack, do you honestly think, based on all the things you've seen in the last 2 years, that if both teams, hopefully we get it next year, both teams were fully healthy, that y'all would have beat the Nuggets?
So I was going to just talk about the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets, if they got to the finals this year, it presents the matchup of the Nuggets don't shoot the 3 and the Celtics shoot the heck out of the 3. And the Nuggets are going to stick to the non-3 game, and the Celtics are going to stick to their game, and we were going to get to see how that kind of unfolds. To me, I think that's a hell of a matchup. It would have gone 7. I said at the start of the playoffs, I'm like, I think we sweep every team. Then we get to Denver, and it's a 7-game series. And at that point, we just got to see Tatum and Brown do what Tatum and Brown do best. And so I would love to see it next year, but it's going to be a hell of a series.
So, Swiper, is it your estimation that with the Boston Celtics, it's just a matter of I'm better at my game than you are at your game?
Well, yeah, I think styles make fights, and I think that the Nuggets Celtics matchups the last 2 years they played 4 times. The first one, the Celtics went haywire, chill. I mean, just bow, and I think Nuggets got beat by 26 or something like that. Like they just had no answer. The next game, Jamal Murray didn't play it in January 1st of 23. The Nuggets won, I think, 123 to 112 or something like that. If I remember the score, I can't remember that score correctly. Jokic had, I think, a 30, 10, and 10 game on a 94 true shooting or something that game. Bruce Brown went crazy. And then
you're a Jokic fan. I don't know. You're remembering scores from 2.5 years ago. What
I remember, but I remember basketball this way. Period. Though, like I like basketball.
Meanwhile,
John Elway threw for 330 yards against the Falcons. Chill, and when got the Super Bowl MVP. I'm sorry. Like good moments I remember. Like I'll tell you,
I remember stuff like that too.
Double nickel in the Garden from Michael Jordan. Like I remember. You know what I mean?
Swiper. What did Clint Capella do on February 14th?
Who?
What did Clint Capella do on February 16th, 2023?
Clint Capella? I don't know. Respect.
You're in Atlanta. You're wearing a hat.
Clint Capella? Yeah, I know. But, we know.
Ron, didn't he just say like 5 minutes ago, stay into your moderator mode, Ron? Didn't he just say that?
Here we go.
Here we go, Ron. We was just
take your wig off, Ron. How about that? Take your wig off.
Oh, my God.
chill. So this is the other side of that, Jack. I think if you would have got to this matchup, I think the regular season is whatever. But I think that it would have been interesting. But that would have come down to Jamal Murray's health. If Jamal's calf isn't whatever, but if he's healthy, he just has shown the ability to attack people consistently and whatever. But I think Jokic would have just absolutely obviously he would have. The gap between him and Jayson Tatum in that series for the best player has just been ginormous, like Jimmy Butler last year, but it would have been interesting. It would have been a good matchup.
So who's the best player? Wait, who's the best player in the series? Jokic? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. I think he is.
Well, second best. It would come down. The question would be second offensively, not all around. It would be Tatum, obviously, but offensively, who would be the second best player in that series? I think would have been the question.
Jayson Tatum.
I think Jayson Tatum is the second best player in that series.
No, I'm saying in the series offensively, Murray.
Oh, offensively.
Just
Tatum.
In terms of who.
Yes, Jayson Tatum.
It would have depends. We'll see.
Jayson Tatum will be the second best offensive player and the best defensive player in the series.
Best defensive player?
This is Denver versus the Celtics?
It would be?
Yes.
Best defensive player?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Are we forgetting the finals MVP?
Yeah, Jalen.
No. Well, I've acknowledged his existence.
Not really.
He'll be the third best player in the series.
Who, JB?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How much a year does? All right, but yeah, for sure. I hope we get it
crazy.
next year.
I know.
Jamal Murray hasn't been better than Jaylen Brown or basketball.
We don't even need to get into a Tatum and Brown
Yep.
debate right now, but I just think it's ridiculous that people actually think Brown is a better basketball player than Tatum. It's not close.
Respect Jaylen Brown.
What?
You can respect somebody, Mars, and it's still not better. That's not the point, Mars.
It's
you're the last person to talk about this,
get under Jayson Tatum.
No, I respect Scottie Pippen. He wasn't better than Jordan.
That's not the conversation. I'm like, good thing they don't have a Jordan on the team. Then good thing.
I'm sorry.
I don't have to think about that.
They have Jayson Tatum.
What does that mean?
He led the team in points.
Both are closer to Scottie Pippen than they are to Jordan. So both of them are in the same tier. Chill. You're 1,000% right.
Who's in the same tier? Jayson Tatum and Jordan?
No.
Because it's not Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
You better not say Jayson Tatum and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, well, Scottie Pippen's the top 50 player of all time. I don't tell you, Jayson Tatum, top 50 player of all time.
I mean, I don't know. At this point, you probably
throw all time
is for me.
He got about as good of a career to start as anybody has ever.
I mean, Jayson Tatum now is better than Scottie Pippen's ever been.
Sure, you believe that?
I was hoping I would summon Ox. I was hoping I would.
Joe, you want to let him say that?
Chill. We just had this discussion like a couple of days ago where
I wasn't here.
I'm sorry. I was hoping when I said that Ox was just going to appear out of nowhere,
like the Candyman. Where Mars just said, Mars said, if I think
he's in the chat. Okay, I'll take it.
You summoned Pirate too. By the way,
he's on the way. He's on the way. Okay, I did my.
I mean, we literally just had this discussion. No, he isn't.
Joe, what are you more loyal to, Jayson Tatum or
1993 Scottie Pippen is better than Jayson Tatum. Yes, he is. 1983, yes, he's better than Jayson.
This is the same thing we had about the LeBron conversation.
We had absolutely, and you, Mars, were the one who said, "Well, if he's better than if he's better than James, then he has to be better than Jayson Tatum."
Who's better than James?
You said
Scottie Pippen is better than LeBron James.
93 better than this LeBron?
93, 94, Scottie Pippen. We had Ox, not Ox, I'm sorry. Swipe, but you were here when we had this conversation.
I wasn't here.
Yes, you
were. In today's game, they said Scottie Pippen would be a top 5 player.
10.
They started with top 5, and then it was top 10. And then so I said, so Scottie Pippen would be better than LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, yeah. And then that was the clip.
Yeah, I have a question.
Jack, do you think, by the way, do you think Tatum's clear of Luka now, like Chill does?
Yeah. No, I've thought that before the finals.
Chill doesn't think that, man. Stop putting words in Chill's mouth.
Please, thank you. I don't think that. No.
He just thinks the gap is...
Man, replay like 4 episodes ago when you weren't here. We were arguing through a lot.
Oh, okay. No, man. All right. Chill said it for...
No, I didn't, Mars. No, I did not say
I mean, if Swiper said it, why would Swiper lie?
Ron, why would I lie? Ron, you remember when he tried to lie to us and say he went through the grind as a 49ers fan? They won the Super Bowl in the second year. Remember that?
Yeah, Swiper, why are you...
No, we was garbage the year before that. I just want to make sure we clear on that, Swiper. We were garbage, and I was 8 years old. So
when I say that about the Rockets, apparently it doesn't count.
I was 8, and on top of that, I was around my 49ers when we didn't make the playoffs for almost a decade. We didn't make the playoffs.
Jack, are you one of those Celtics fans that think you've gone through the grind? You're gonna lie. You're gonna be like this 7-year period. Go ahead.
The last few years have been tough. The conference finals every year.
Listen,
finals.
When the Patriots started to suck this year, I got a little like mad about it. And then I realized, damn, you sound like a jackass right now because you just went through 20 years of greatness. So you need to be more appreciative of a team that just won their 18th banner. So I'm thankful. But at the same time, I just love like the last 3 years. We were so close, even though we've had 17 titles. It felt like that 18th one.
We have 17 titles.
Yeah, I'm part of the team.
I have no respect for Boston fans that complain. None. Zero. Zilch. I have no respect for none of them dudes.
But I mean,
none.
There's
like
certain
just
things you can
people
complain
who
about.
are in Boston because they've had like the successful.
They won
I want you to-
15 titles before the computer was invented.
Bro,
in two cents.
and we're gonna move
Yeah,
on.
I don't know if he
But
means like
Swiper,
people in Boston or Celtics fans because that's two different things.
I want you
Celtics fans
to
have had some tough times.
Swiper. I want you to imagine having John Elway from the 3rd grade to almost 30 years old. Because I can't imagine having Joe Montana from 3rd grade to when I'm 30 years old. I'm not a violent person, but you might be able to talk me into choking somebody out for that.
Right.
Yes, you would. I would be down for that. Yes, you would. To have that kind of quarterback for basically your entire life.
Yeah. That's what Green Bay fans basically. Favre, Rodgers, love.
Are you kidding me? I don't want nothing from Boston fans. Zero.
But what if I say this?
Different,
What if I guarantee that we just went through 20 years of the greatest 20-year stretch in football history? We're about to experience the worst 80 years. Can I complain during any of those 80, like by the 60th year?
No, you can't. Well, first of all, you're not. You may not be around.
80.
Number two, I was around for all 5 of the 49er championships. I'm straight if we don't never win again. I'm good with that. I was here for all 5 of them.
First championship.
I'm good. I was around for all 5 of them. I saw all 5 of them. So
that's how I feel about the Broncos right now. I saw 3.
I'm straight. I saw all 5 of them. I would like to see us win it again, but if we didn't, I'm good.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think when you switch quarterbacks too, it adds like.
But you know what that is, Chill. That's a part of that little bro syndrome in Boston. Because everybody always talking, all the analysts and Boston people like, whoa, the way they talk about us, just no respect for the run, no respect for this, no respect for Tatum. And what no respect for Tatum? It's like if Tatum's not top 3, top 5 in your list, then you just a hater. Like, stop it. Stop.
Y'all, that's exactly.
Y'all want a
championship. But that's what I say.
Y'all want a championship. Just, you know what I mean? Just take it. If nobody respects it, it's cool. All you got to do is respect it. Hey, Jack, think about it like this. Nobody else might love her. But if you love her, kudos to you, bro. I'll show up for the wedding. I'll clap and everything else. I don't have to love her.
Analogy, Swiper.
That's not my job. That's not my job. You don't need to ask me. Swiper, tell me all the great things you know. I support you, Jack. I will be there for your wedding, bro. Period. I want no input on it whatsoever.
Even if
she's not top 5 to me, Chill. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Enjoy your wedding.
Everyone's talking about how Boston, Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP. It was all a bunch of hate in the last 3 weeks. I shut up. I was like, I don't even.
Well, Jaylen Brown deserved Finals MVP though. The problem is. That's what I mean, Jack.
Are you a Boston fan or a Jayson Tatum?
That's what I'm saying.
Of my organization, I knew exactly what the media was doing when they gave that award to Jaylen Brown.
Media?
Yes.
Celebrating greatness?
No.
So, Jack, you hear how you sound.
Brown and
Chill.
Tatum.
This is what Chill is talking about. You're a Celtics fan. Guess what, Jack? Let me tell you a real supporter of a team and a real person. Matter of fact, a genuine person. All
Do you want me to be? I don't like these things, but I have
a genuine person. Had Jamal Murray won Finals MVP last year, yeah, Jamal. Yeah. Because if they would have brought it up, I wouldn't have cared.
Everyone hates Jayson Tatum.
Who cares? Who's everyone?
Who hates
him? Who up here hates him?
Everything is about Jayson Tatum.
Who hates Jayson? No,
everybody.
Marsh, stop it, Marsh. You don't hate anyone. This is your bit.
Mars is self-admitted that he hates all of us.
If Jamal Murray won Finals MVP last year and people started using that to say Jamal Murray was the best player
we never won a championship. I don't care. But I said that. No, Mars. I said that a year ago before they won. If Jamal wins, it means nothing to me. Nothing, because we had never won.
All you care about is winning.
It doesn't mean anything to me, and I'm talking about it because everybody else talks about it.
That wasn't my question.
But your question was going to be dumb, so I cut it off. No, I wouldn't have cared.
If Jamal Murray won Finals MVP and people use that to say
who cares?
Jamal Murray is better than
who cares?
Would you have not started saying Jamal Murray?
Who cares? But you know who also said? No, chill. Listen, you know who also said Jamal Murray was better than him? You know who also said that Jamal Murray was better than him?
And you were debating.
Jokic. He said it. So that's fine with me. I don't care. That's the Nuggets. That's just how the culture is. Boston, on the other hand, y'all got so much stuff happening off court that your owner is selling the team, selling the mandrakes over there, and then now you got a whole little lead off between Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown because JT is like, oh, you didn't win Finals MVP. Everybody's tripping about it. Now everybody's mad because they don't want to put Jayson Tatum on the tier with like LeBron James and Jokic and all these other players that led between points, rebounds, and assists. Because we watch basketball. They weren't that far off in the finals.
I saw Tatum 2.5 years ago, and I thought he was the greatest basketball player ever, and all he had to do was just cook for the next 10 years.
Cook.
You're lying, Jack. You don't believe that.
I'm not, bro.
That's what
I saw him in Brooklyn. I saw him cook Giannis, and then I saw him when playoff Jimmy was playoff Jimmy. I saw him do that too. And then, unfortunately, we got the best version of Steph Curry ever, and we lost, and he wasn't prepared. And the next time he was in the finals, he was fucking ready.
Jack, you do not believe what you just said. This is what I'm talking about. If that point, who is he? Is he on the PTL? Is he on PTL?
Yeah, he's in Chill's group.
Whoever. Chill won then. Because if he's telling me Jayson Tatum's the best player he's ever seen in his life, the conversation's over. Just hand him the slot. Hand him the win. Just hand it to him.
But what if he can make a compelling argument?
Mars, sometimes Mars.
Matter of fact, hold on, Swiper. Jack.
Yep.
Jayson Tatum is the best player in NBA history.
Yes.
This is how you get clicks.
Because anybody that says anything negative about Jayson Tatum, it was always because he hadn't won the title, right? Then he wins the title. Now it's, he didn't win the Finals MVP. Tell me about his game. How's his game? Because to me, all I see is a really good scorer, a really good passer, a really good two-way player, jumps out the gym, rebounds when Kristaps is out of the lineup. To me, he's the perfect basketball player I have ever seen. So I put the stock into him 2 years ago. He's got a title and he's got a super team. So we're good.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds all like Scottie Pippen to me. I think that's all around great player.
It's almost as Scottie Pippen's the best player they ever seen. I mean, if they can make the compelling argument, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, see, Ox is going to work for Fox News one day. I mean, or Mars is. I figured it out. I think Mars has the ability to we can make anything, sound just as good as you need to. I know who's going to call you.
Just because you don't agree doesn't mean someone can't make a compelling argument. The argument falls apart when you start comparing.
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
But if you can make
Mars, when you make your big deal. When you make your big deal with one of them little sites or whatever, QAnon or whatever, then let me know.
What, Jack? When you, I know you got to step in, Ron, because I know we got to move, but I got to stay on this for a second. What makes you, in your estimation, the best to ever do it?
To me, I think when you look at like Jordan versus LeBron, and the longevity of LeBron James, and
Sure.
a lot of people talk about, damn, how could you not have LeBron as the GOAT? I think anybody that thinks Michael Jordan is the GOAT, they're always going to be right because they can just say he went 6-0 and that defeats all. Because there's so many different things in eras, so many different variables that ultimately you just have to look at the winning. And then you're going to be like, well, why isn't Bill Russell the GOAT? I think we kind of just take a step back and understand 6-0, that's about as good as it gets. And to me, it's just about winning. And I understood that this whole year because I would say all these different things about Jayson Tatum, and the response I would get is he hasn't won shit.
Sure.
As long as he just wins. And I'll be the first person to say Tatum wins 7 rings. They're still probably going to say he's Scottie Pippen and not Michael Jordan. I'll be the person saying he's Michael Jordan, but to me, it is winning and champion.
So the championship logic that you just brought up, I don't know if you know this, but Bill Russell, they went 8 straight. 8-0. 8-0. So Jordan didn't do that. Yep. Nobody else did that. And when he lost as a rook. He didn't lose in year 5 or year 6. He lost as a rook. So throughout that 8-year stretch, when they won the NBA championship, 8 straight years, and I do care about you, once again, when I'm looking at the eye test, and I do care about you in terms of your production. I don't know if you know this, but he averaged 20 and 20 in the playoffs for those 8 years. Chamberlain, Jabbar, all of the big guys, none of them dudes can say that they did that. So when you talk about winning, on top of us winning, I also got busy in addition to us winning. So now when you're talking about Jayson Tatum, it has to be from the eye test because it can't just be winning. We won a championship 8 straight years, and I wasn't just a cog. I was the main cog on this. So that can basically completely destroy the idea of just winning because we won it 8 straight. Nobody else can say that they did that. And you can't buy into the logic that, it was only these many teams in the league. Well, if it's only that many teams in the league, that means that I have to see the tougher competition way more than you do when you're in a more when you're in a more spread out league because the competition is more spread out. And people will tell you, well, the Celtics, they had this guy on the team. They had that guy on the team. Last I checked, Jerry West did not play for the Celtics. Wilt Chamberlain did not play for the Celtics. Oscar Robertson did not play for the Celtics. Nate Thurman did not play for the Celtics. I don't know why I just lost his name. But all of these guys, the Celtics didn't have everybody. They had damn good talent, but they didn't have everybody. Willis Reed did not play for the Celtics, right? So with that being said, to run down 8 straight and it's only about winning, that trumps everything.
Yeah, winning trumps everything, right?
But
how would you view the Bill Russell
league
versus
right now?
Jordan debate?
Do you think he's the best player like right now? You believe he's best all time? Do you even think he's the best?
I would say that I'm predicting the future because of what I see over the next 5 years with what the Celtics could do.
So at 26, so you're basically saying at 26 years old, he's better than Shaq, Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Duncan,
I think he
Jokic,
is by
Giannis.
eye, but not by greatness.
No. I'm saying by eye, based on at 26 years old,
basketball player I've ever witnessed.
So I just want to. So Ron, so you can get the TikTok on this, right? So just frame this part. So at 26 years old,
right in the middle.
At 26 years old, Jayson Tatum is better than at the same age, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Giannis
Kobe Bryant,
Nikola Jokic, Kobe Bryant, and let's say even Larry Bird. Jayson Tatum at 26 years old is better than all those players.
Now, before you answer that, Jack, I want you to, in reference, so 26-year-old Shaq, that's 1999 Diesel, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're talking about Larry Bird. That's in 1983. That's 19. I think that's 1983 or 84. Larry Bird, right? 84 or 85 Larry Bird. That's 26 years old. No, 25-year-old Larry Bird. Who else did you said Olajuwon at 26 years old, right? That's 1990. That's 1990 Hakeem Olajuwon. These are the guys that we're talking about. When we're talking about Jayson Tatum matched up against these guys. Jabbar at age 26. That's 1975-76. That's the guy that won the league MVP and they ain't make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That dude. This is who we're talking about. So just before you answer that, I want to just reference who he's up against.
No, I think ultimately, right now, it's hard to say that he's the best version of himself. So I would almost just say that in 2 or 3 years, he's going to be the greatest basketball player we've ever seen. And maybe that's me not matching up on my words a little bit, right? Because I'm saying at 26, he's the best basketball player I've ever seen. When I say that, I guess it's just what I saw 2 years ago and what he could grow into. And maybe it's not going to happen overnight, but the basketball player that he is, all he's going to do is win. All he's going to do is win championships and be the best player on his team and just do everything right for the Celtics. So you said now, I don't know. I would say in 2 years, he's the best basketball player. Okay,
just to clear that,
29-year-old Jayson Tatum.
Just to clear that up real quick, because now you're bringing 28 years old. Okay, we're getting into prime at this point, right? So 28-year-old Michael Jordan. What year was that, Joe?
The year they won the NBA championship in 1991.
Tatum won that title before any of those guys.
No,
other than
Kobe. I said 26. You said you couldn't definitively answer. You then said 2 years. So Jordan at 28, Shaq at 28 years old, Hakeem at 28 years old, Duncan at 28 years old, Kobe at 28 years old, LeBron 28 years old, Giannis 28 years old, Jokic 28 years old. Okay, so that's the list. I'm not including. I'm not going to Wilt, Kareem, Bird, and all them stuff. I went all the way up to the era. I just went all the way up through the eras where we are. You're saying that Jayson Tatum at 28 years old will be better than all of those players I just listed.
Yeah, 28. I think he does everything really, really good. And I think
you're my man, bro. But come on, dog.
I think.
But what if he's right?
Jayson Tatum does not have a weakness. Thank you. What if he is right? What if Jayson Tatum wins 5 championships in the next 5 years? What are you going to say then? And there's not a team that will be able to beat the Celtics or in this free agency period. All these teams, the Sixers get Paul George, right? None of that matters. Nothing matters. The Celtics are so much better than everybody else.
That's true.
And just because they had a bunch of unhealthy opponents this year, this is the worst version of their dynasty. So get used to it. It's going to be a whole lot.
I don't think it's far-fetched to say that the Celtics win 2 or 3 of the next 5. I don't think that's far-fetched at all. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I can get with you on this logic of the Celtics are going to win some more. But to say that Jayson Tatum is even comparable to some of these guys that we've named at this age, I gotta. That's where I gotta step in. Like I can't get with you on this, Jack. I just can't.
Just so you know,
I really like Jayson Tatum. I think he's better than guys like Luka. I think he's better than a lot of these guys just because of his overall basketball ability. Because he does everything on the court and he's very good at everything on the court. But come on, bro. Like,
you don't think he's watched? You don't think he's seen LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, and he's basically learned from the 3 greats that I just mentioned?
Jack,
and now he's a version of all 3 of them.
Jack, I was raised watching Kevin Garnett, Amari Stoudemire, Tim Duncan highlights. I couldn't even get to the league. So what does that got to do with anything? I don't care who he watched. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't mean nothing, bro.
And Ox, just so you know,
Ron. Now this is when you step in, Ron.
All right, guys. I gotta step in, and I gotta ask Mars.
We moving.
What was your question?
Quick. Yeah, Ox. Just so you know, that 28-year-old James, that was 12-13 James. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And we're having conversations about him and Jayson Tatum still right now.
Yeah, we shouldn't be, man.
Go ahead, Mars. I'm sorry, as you were saying.
Yeah, I would remember like 2019 or like 2020 when people were like, if Giannis gets a jump shot, he could be the best player ever. You guys remember that being the talking points?
Yeah.
So who's to say 2 years from now, Jayson Tatum isn't just shooting the ball like he's Kevin Durant?
He was 2 years ago. He had a bad shooting year.
Can he not be on that level if he's shooting the ball at an extremely high level? Like, is it not possible that he could just get better? Like, why are we acting like when we're talking about the future and projection? Why is it crazy to say that? Hey, I mean, if Jayson Tatum is shooting, I remember the 2020 season when Jayson Tatum was shooting like 40% on pull-up threes on like 8 attempts. I remember that happening. If Jayson Tatum, this version of Jayson Tatum does that next year, are we acting like it's crazy to put Jayson Tatum in some conversations? Like, and if we are, why?
Jack, I'm gonna say this. I'm the lowest on Jayson Tatum at everybody up here.
Cap.
But I will say this though. I don't agree with you, and I don't think nobody up here agrees with you when you are putting Jayson Tatum in the Kobe, Bron, Jordan,
rightfully
combos.
So.
I don't currently right now. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
But when we get to talking about projecting in 5 to 8 years, I can't be mad at you. I think you do got a point. I do think you guys know how I feel about 26-year-olds. I don't even think Jayson Tatum's reached his prime yet. Yeah. He is on a dynasty, and winning does make everything look better.
Mm-hmm.
He's already got the most playoff points for a 26-year-old ever. Like, so he's on track to be the playoffs all-time leading scorer if he just plays till he's 50. So, like, it's possible. It's possible. So, I mean,
Jack, will you be mad if he's considered a Karl Malone of his era?
Dude,
you
should. I feel about
if
Jayson
you get
Tatum,
compared to him, I'm not
opinion
gonna
is
lie. I
irrelevant.
feel like you should just.
Yo, Carl didn't get no rings though.
Right.
Also happy birthday! Yeah. Happy 61st birthday to Karl Malone too.
Yes,
it is.
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday!
61 years old.
Also, shout out Brandon Roy. It was his birthday yesterday. I meant to do that.
Shout out to Brandon Roy for sure, man. Shout out to Brandon Roy.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, fellas, I got super chat, so we're gonna go ahead and give the people their money's worth. Shout out to everybody's in here. Like the video if you haven't, and we about to talk about PCL directly after these super chats. In case you don't know, you can see on the bottom screen Wednesday, which is today, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. PCL will kick off, and we'll talk about all the matchups today. Maybe we'll get into some topics. We'll get some predictions from the guys up here because everybody that I'm on the screen here with is in a division and is involved in the PCL, and one of you guys will win $1,000 in this belt.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Pocket change for chill. Pocket
Jack,
change.
you want me to just overnight this to you?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, got you. All right. The first super chat is from MP13. He said, the more and more we keep comparing teams to the Warriors, the less and less the KD hate seems justifiable. This is like the 5th team people are saying can beat the Warriors team and are equals.
No, you just compare to the greatest team. You for the rest of the time, I'm going to compare every quarterback that the New England Patriots have to Tom Brady.
I mean, I heard the 2018 Pelicans could have beat the Warriors. So the more I hear about teams that can beat them, the less I'm like, there's no way you guys had such a big problem with this if you think everyone could have beat them. So that's where I'm at with it. But I never had much of a problem with it to begin with. But that's because I don't care about competitiveness.
No, you want to watch the most beautiful form of basketball that we ever got.
Yeah, that's why I really enjoy watching the 2024 Houston Rockets.
Mars just said he doesn't care about competitiveness. Meanwhile, he'll jump off a team that's garbage and won't compete.
I jumped on a team that was garbage.
And they got better, and you are about to jump off them. If what, Mars? They do what?
If they trade Jalen Green.
Which means that they won't be.
Which means I don't care about competitiveness. It means I care about the players that I like.
That's not true.
If they trade Jalen Green and win 60 games, I'm still not.
They're not winning 60 games trading Jalen.
But if they did, because I don't care about competitiveness.
And if Grandma had balls,
I left the reigning champion Warriors to join the 22-win Houston Rockets. I don't care about competitiveness. I'm on straight vibes.
Chill.
So,
it's 2024. Like, Grandma can still have balls and be Grandma.
Cook, Ron, cook. Solidarity. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Shout out all the grandmas with balls.
This is your man, Ox. This is your man.
He from Seattle, chill. He from Seattle.
Okay.
Yes, it's nice. Progressive.
Brax the Bandit said they knew they couldn't trust Ron to do an ad read.
1000%.
Y'all, that's kind of video y'all played today.
Hey, Brax.
Shout out,
Brax,
JD.
shut up and buy the products. MP13 said Ron heard that criticism and started being a host.
He locked in, man. He locked in.
Who's criticism?
I like Focus Ron. I'm actually appreciating Focus Ron. I dig that. All right.
But unfocused Ron is so much more fun, though.
Is he? I mean, we got to run extra.
Yeah, but how much can we do with a word salad, man? We need to like.
Yo,
I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet, Mars. I like word salad. I like salad. You know what I'm saying?
We got to run extra suicides in practice with non-focused Ron. We got to do extra rebounding drills because of Ron. We got to be in practice longer because unfocused Ron. That's why we here.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we get in better shape.
Exactly. It helps us long term. Yeah.
I never enjoyed those teammates, especially when they would make us. Well, again, they would in college they would make them stand on the side while everybody else was doing the punishment.
Right. We got to run, and that's wrong. We got to run suicides because of you, Ron. And you ain't even in it with us. You got to watch us do it. So
then why don't you just be the bad guy so you get to watch what other people do it?
No.
Because I'm not a scumbag like
just
you.
Don't be that guy. Just do what you're supposed to do.
If someone's gonna be that guy, I might as well make it me, so I'm the one who don't have to run.
Mars, you don't even believe what you're saying.
That's just logical. You don't want to run. Someone's gonna make us run, so why don't I make us run, and then I don't have to run?
There's no way you're saying these things.
100%. He's saying this is what I'm talking about. Unbelievable.
So someone else gonna make me run, or I'm gonna make everyone else run.
Right.
I wish we would have been teammates, Swiper. We would have had so much fun together, bro.
Depends on how serious you would have been.
No, Swiper, you would have hated
if you didn't do your job.
You would have hated Ox. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd have been boxing for sure in the locker room.
That's how we become friends.
No, I'm being dead. I'm dead, chill. Like if you wouldn't do it, and if you cost me and this and us, this is a team. So if you ain't buying in, and we got issues.
Nah, Swiper further on a serious note though, like that's a good teammate. Those are the type of teammates you want. The ones that hold you accountable. The ones that will put their hands on you. Like, bro, don't mess this up. I'm here for a reason. I like that.
I'm reporting.
You got to push your issue.
Cultured Saunders said, "I got YouTube Premium to not see ads." Elron, dub sponsorship.
Go find the loophole, man. Go find the loophole.
Do you have YouTube Premium, Chill?
I do not.
Oh, I've had it for years. I don't do.
You can't. Once you've had YouTube Premium, you can't go back.
Right. I don't like lines either in real life. I don't like lines or ads like that. I don't do it.
It's one of those things. Like once you get it,
I don't like waiting. Like I don't like lines and waiting and all that stuff. It's not my thing.
And
I like ads. I like ads and commercials and stuff. Like for real, like I like that. Like I used to be mad watching TV with my mom and my sister, and the commercial would come on. They'd be like, "Oh," and they change. I'd be like, "Yo, hold on. I'm trying to see what's going on." Like, you know what I'm saying? Fisher Price.
You different to me.
The full ad out.
I'm saying like Fisher Price might have dropped something dope, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know why you're turning it because you know I'm gonna ask for something if I see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's let that rock. You know
what are the biggest and the thing, Ox, that's the biggest indictment of a human being? I think you are the laziest person. You don't deserve leadership. You truly do not deserve like positions of power in life. No. If you leave your card out, when you go shopping and you don't put it up, and you don't clean up after your dog, when you take them through like a park and you walk them and all that, if you don't do them two things, I can't trust you with anything. I literally can't trust you with the most basic thing.
I'm definitely gonna clean up after my dog. Like I'm definitely gonna do that 100%. 100%.
Now put your card back.
Wait, Swiper. I do now. And I've really made a point to do that over the past maybe 3 years. I made a point. Like, no, I'm gonna go find the cart thing and make sure I do it. But before that, I'm not gonna lie, Swipe. I used to be one of them, like put it up by the tree thing, just put it up there, especially if I'm in a rush. But I've changed my ways.
That seems like I've never heard of that being an issue in the UK. That seems like
people leave it inside of the
we gotta move on. This is
W.
This is word salad. Okay, and if you do want a salad, I ran an ad around the 9-minute mark. Go get you a good salad. But word salad is not on the menu here at Player's Choice anymore. It's went extinct. Justo11 said, praise Tyler Kolek.
No, we good on the Knicks. We good on the Knicks.
I like him. Yeah, I do like him. He looks good.
Celtics almost took him.
Good for him, man. Shout out to him.
Y'all straight at the backup league guard spot, though. Y'all good.
Masinko G said the fact Bam doesn't have a DPOY is sad, especially 2022. With Wemby here, my boy might not ever, or ain't ever gonna get one.
They were the
y'all pissed me off with that. Y'all pissed me off with that. Yo, Marcus Smart deserved his defensive player of the year, bro. Okay. Mars, every time you say that, it just infuriates me. Like Marcus Smart was guarding 1 through 4. He was guarding 1 through 4. I've seen Marcus Smart holding Julius Randle in the mid block, like really putting in work, and y'all act like no guard deserves it. Like, come on, bro.
Giannis, he was locking up.
Marcus Smart is 6'2", guarding 6'9", 6'10" dudes that outweigh.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I tried. Okay, he's 6'3". Out here guarding dudes that are 6'10", 6'11", 6'9", outweighing by 50, 60 pounds, 94 feet of defense on guys like John Morant, De'Aaron Fox, Trae Young, fast guys, closing out on shots when he's too late, put in extra efforts. You know what I'm saying? Playing 94 feet of defense. Marcus Smart deserved that defensive player of the year. I don't understand why that's the one. What about Jaren Jackson Jr.? Maybe take his. You know what I'm saying? No. Keep Marcus Smart out of this. He guard 1 through 4, 94 feet of defense.
Bam guards 1 through 5. So Bam wins.
No, because he didn't know because he doesn't. I think Marcus Smart guards power forwards better than Bam guards point guards.
Wasn't that easier to do?
I think that was funny. I think Bam guards every position. Marcus Smart doesn't.
Did you see Bam? And this wasn't in 2022. This is earlier, like 2021. Did you see Bam blitzing Trae Young on the double team? How good he was in that? Did you see Bam one-on-one when he would get switched on the lead guards? Did you see Bam? I think Marcus Smart can guard Julius Randle better than Bam Adebayo can guard De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox is harder to guard than Julius Randle.
100% he is.
Who says who? Says who?
Huh? Logic.
Yeah.
How was that? No. Look at the size and strength of Julius Randle. What I'm saying is, okay, give me some. Okay. Wait. Okay, I'll take it back. Rewind. Marcus Smart guards Giannis Antetokounmpo better than Bam guards De'Aaron Fox.
Cap.
Hell no, Ox.
Cap.
Hell no.
That's how I feel.
No.
CAP. Cap.
Okay. What about Joel Embiid? I've seen
it too.
We've seen Joel get to me.
That's your favorite player, Mars. And that's your favorite player.
That is ridiculous.
Okay, first of all, no. Do not disrespect Jalen Ramonde Green ever again. Do not do that. Don't do that. No, don't call anyone else my favorite player.
I gotta learn Jayson Tatum.
Don't ever do such a thing.
It's Christopher.
But yes, Marcus Smart did get a stop on Joel
Embiid. Jayson Tatum named what?
We ignore all
Jason Christopher Tatum.
But yeah. Shout out to Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus Smart deserved that defensive player. That's my biggest point. And so with that being said, I kind of went a little further than I meant it to go. I just wanted to say, like, I think Marcus Smart deserved that one. Now, is he a better defender than Bam today? Probably not. But at that time, in 2022, I think Marcus Smart deserved that.
I mean, out of sight, out of mind. That happens, right? It happens when you haven't been around for a while. Don't forget he got hurt this season that just passed. Same logic with Ja. When we talk about the best point guards in the game, people tend to not bring up Ja because you haven't seen him all year and completely forget about how good he is. So the same logic goes with Marcus Smart. You know, he was hurt the majority of the season. So we kind of forgot the defender that he is. And we forget how good he was on ball. We forget how good he was taking charges. We forget how good he was as a point of attack defender, right? We forget the rebounder that he was, right? The signal caller that he was. We forget all of that stuff and how good he was because he wasn't around. However, when I think about Bam, how portable he is, how switchable he is, his ability to clean glass, even though I think he can be an even better rebounder now with this kid Ware, the one-on-one defender that he is, I just feel like he's in a tough space off the strength that the people that he's going up against, it's going to be hard for him to actually get it. That doesn't mean that Bam isn't at the top of the league defensively. It doesn't mean that.
Speaking of defense, MP13 said, seeing an elite defender next to AD and how amazing it looks makes me see Rob Pelican as a terrorist because they still haven't done a single move.
I got a question, MP13.
They drafted a defender.
Well, not only that, I got a question. In your estimation, and this is specifically for you, MP13, because teams do it all the time. 100%, I'm sure I saw Dallas, and I said this to you guys already. I'm 100% confident when the Minnesota Timberwolves put Denver out, Dallas was like, we good. No doubt about that. If the Lakers avoid Denver, how good are they? Where are the Lakers in the Western Conference? These playoffs that just passed.
They're playing the Celtics.
No, they're losing.
One more time, Jack, for the people in the cheap seats.
They are playing the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals for Banner 18.
They're losing in the first round.
They're losing in the first round to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
No chance.
Yes.
And Golden State would have beat.
Is that what you're saying, Mars?
Yes.
Because I think they win that. I think that they win that game one, and I think the Oklahoma City Thunder, as young as they are, I think they go to pieces. I think the Lakers smoked them in 5 games. I think they smoked them in 5 games. 100%, I believe that.
Yeah, man.
I don't think that's
they
a knock
lose a
on
playoff
OKC.
game. They won't know how to react.
And that's not a knock on OKC.
I don't think that's a knock on OKC. Those dudes are going to be really good for these next.
But you see how Dallas just manhandled OKC? I felt like that series, sure, it was close, but in many ways, Dallas just felt like the more experienced team, and they were. The Lakers would feel that way against OKC.
The point that I'm making is matchups are everything. Matchups are everything. Seattle had Houston. Seattle had Phoenix's number. Phoenix had Houston's number. Houston had Seattle's number. That's just what it is. There are teams that have their number. And Denver is better than they got the Lakers number. If you can avoid them, I like them against everybody else.
Okay.
So as of right now, we obviously know that the Lakers haven't made any offseason moves. They're one of 3 teams. Do you think the Lakers should have made a move? Question 1.
Well,
and question 2 also is, how does AD look like next to an elite defender? That's the question that MP13 asked.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Ron. Like you just said, should they have made any moves? So since they won the NBA championship in the 2019-2020 season, how many times have they flipped that roster?
A bunch.
How's that worked for them since then?
Well, apparently they're the second best team in the West.
Well, so maybe. Maybe what they have now. Maybe this might be it. How about we stick with this? How about that for an idea?
No.
I mean, a new coaching staff can be just as, if not more valuable than making some new additions. I mean,
they're still. I think the supposition is they're still paying for the Russell Westbrook trade, which was done at the time, which didn't make sense at the time, and it's still ruining their team. They went away from their identity. And who knows? They could have repeated. They could have won again with that same roster. So, I don't. Chill. For me, I think they're going to be in the play-in again. Chill. To be honest with you.
I think this team is built for the playoffs more than anything. Swiper. Yeah. I don't think that they're a regular season team. I think they're built for the playoffs. I think that they are one of those teams that you're not going to see at the top of the league. I think that they're a team that's good enough to get in the playoffs, and the matchups that they get, they take advantage of them. Outside of Denver.
Yeah, they just gotta get there. I can't talk about the Lakers until I see what JJ Redick's philosophy is and what him and Scott Brooks and Nate McMillan, like, I don't know how they're gonna play. So like,
Mars, I'm telling you,
they've lost guys, but I don't know what the plan is.
He's going to feature Austin Reeves more, very much like you and I talked about when you talked about Darvin Ham with Prince. He's going to feature Austin Reeves more.
Maybe I need to see. I need to see something preseason.
Who are those top 6 seeds in the West? If you think the Lakers are the top 6, who are the top 6 teams in the West? Because you go through that list, it's going to be a bloodbath.
No, one team's going to be hurt because one team's hurt every year. So which team's going to be the one that's injured?
Did the Thunder drop because of that?
Huh?
Did the Thunder drop? I think they had 5 players play 70 games last year in their starting lineup last year.
Chet played all 82. I know that.
I think the Thunder could be a bottom, not a bottom. I don't think they're a top.
You think
6
they could? You think they drop into the
they're
play-in
top
tournament?
6?
Well, I think you got Denver, you got Dallas, you got Minnesota, you got the Lakers. So that's 4 right there.
Memphis is going to be back. I think Houston's going to be a lot better.
Memphis,
I think the Clippers fall off a cliff.
Clippers are going to fall, right?
Yeah,
like a lot of
they should, yes. Hiring
a cliff.
I think they fall off a cliff.
Like
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make the playoffs. That would not shock me in the Western Conference if they did not make the playoffs.
What about
they'll be in the play-in, but they might lose.
What about the Kings?
Yeah. I think the Kings will be better. I think injuries screwed them up last year. So to your point, when you just talked about which team's going to get injured, De'Aaron Fox was hurt earlier in the season, and then they lost Monk for the last like 10, 12 games of the season. That really threw a monkey wrench in what they were trying to do. So I don't think that they're going to get hit with the injury bug again. I think one team, it happens to them. So I don't think that's going to happen to them. I think
the West has 12. The West has 12 good teams, and if the Spurs are trying to be good, they have 13.
I think they have 13 teams that will be fighting for playing at least.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs are fighting. I
So
think
13
the
and the Jazz are always competitive to start the season too.
Wow.
And then who's at the bottom?
Portland's going to be the 15th
Portland.
seed. But the Jazz are the Jazz just start seasons good, and then they end up tanking in like January. So if the Jazz are on your schedule from October to December, that's another tough game. There's no nights off in the West.
Mars, if the Spurs at the midway point, if they were 21-20, how surprised would you be?
Almost 500.
Let me go the other way. Let's say they're
Swiper. Stay with 500.
Well, that's a lot, but maybe 19 wins. Maybe 19 wins. So 19 and 20, like 22, basically.
500 ball club.
That's impressive.
With the current roster, assuming no more acquisitions.
Sure.
That would just show how much Wemby learned in 1 year of the NBA.
No, it would show how much Chris Paul's the GOAT. But
Yes.
I mean, I think it depends.
Love it.
I mean, if they have a weak schedule, I'll be like, oh, well, they have a weak schedule. They're gonna have to, because the Bucks had a very easy schedule to start the year, and they were 13-13, and then their tough schedule came, and then the Bucks aren't as good. So like, if they have an easy schedule, I'll be like, yeah, I don't think that it is good. If they have a tough schedule or a regular schedule, and they're 19-21, either Wemby has taken another leap offensively, or
Devin Vassell's taking the lead. Sohan's figured out his shooting a little bit.
But I don't think they're going to try and win.
Who'd they get in the draft? Stephen Castle?
Stephen Castle, yeah.
I mean, he's a dog.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they were 19-21.
22, yeah.
But I wouldn't. But I don't expect them to actually compete for the play-in or make it. If they're like a 12 seed, I'll be like, yeah, okay, 12, 11. Like if a team like the Warriors or the Clippers or another team deals with injuries, then I think the Spurs.
Do you
could be
think
above
that
them.
if they're 19-22 at the 11 or 12, that will kind of bottom out the win total a little bit, so you're not going to have 3 56-win teams again?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think the West isn't going to have no one in the West. I think is going to win crazy games because it's going to be so compact in the middle, and you got to play each other all the time. So I think the West is going to like the 9 seed in the West might end up with 49 wins. And the 1
That's
seed
what I was
might
about to
end up
ask you,
with
Mars.
53.
How many games is it going to take to get into the playoffs? Because 46 isn't enough. It took the
I
Lakers
think
47
you might have to win damn near 50 to be a top 10 seed. Like that's how I'm genuinely
That's
feeling.
incredible, man.
Like the West is ridiculous, and that's to be 10. Like I'm not saying 8. I'm saying to be 10. I think you might have to win about 50 games. To be top 6, you probably have to win about 52, 53. But I just think it's going to be very close. And it's going to come
so
down
at what point does the NBA have to go into like a 16 or 20 team bracket, but it's not East versus West?
Oh well, they're not going to do that. But we've been talking about that for a long time. But they're going to do expansion, and Minnesota's going to move out east.
I'm sure that's something.
Jack, I tried to get the petition started, but nobody wanted to support the petition. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to get there quick.
It might help. It might help my Celtics a little too much. So I don't know if I'll help.
Latest swiper.
All right, y'all.
Does Minnesota move east, Mars, or does Memphis move east?
Probably Memphis.
Well, if
bring them both, I'd love to see.
If Vegas and Seattle are coming back, move both of them east.
Yeah,
Memphis.
That would be electric.
New Orleans.
Yeah, if Vegas and Seattle are moving, then move Memphis and Minnesota, and then
keep Minnesota here. Move New Orleans east. Let's get New Orleans east. That's what we need.
Nah.
Let's move the Pelicans. Get the Pelicans up out of here.
Let's move New Orleans to your division. Is that the Pacific Division?
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that to your man, Ron. Do not do that to your man. Please don't.
I'm hyperventilating, bro.
See, look what you done did. You got your man blood pressure up, right? that is the Debo coming. No, Ox, he's not coming. Relax, Ox. Debo is not coming. No, he ain't.
Yo, Dubs, the money man, asked me a question. He said, "Is PCL on this channel or playback?" We will be doing PCL right here on YouTube. You see the time. Today it's Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern time. It's going to kick off with none other than, drumroll, Elder Rufus versus Casual. And that will be at 7:30. And then at 8:15, it will be OG the Beast versus Big Ox. And then
so you better call your boy, tell him to get ready. You better be stretching right now. What I'm talking about what you do? Yellow leather, red leather, do that. Get your shit together. Oh,
tongue twisters.
Yeah.
And then capping the night, we got none other than Hayes versus the glorious Chilltown Hoops.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Washington on primetime TV. Let's go. National TV game.
Go.
That's what we're looking at tonight. But
Celtics against Charlotte.
We're gonna go ahead and throw these groups on the screen. So if you haven't seen it,
Tatum will come to play for that game. He'll go for 48 on a Tuesday night.
Ain't Charlotte beat Boston this year?
I don't want to hear that.
Ain't Charlotte beat him?
He was like, man. He was talking to all these like AAU kids. He's like, I don't care if it's against Denver or against Charlotte. I'm going to show up because we only go to Charlotte once or twice a year. He dropped 48 or 51 or whatever it was, and then they ended up losing in overtime. It was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that game. WN.
This is group one that we have right now. Group one is featuring my man Jack. Group one is featuring my man Chilltown. Group one is featuring the GOAT, Glazer, Dion from Ohio. And then it's also featuring who I personally think is more like, I don't know, the 76ers, but y'all call him Washington. But I got Hayes too from the logo. Y'all know Hayes. Y'all know his face. Y'all know his name. How are we feeling about this group, fellas? Well, Jack, you get to see your group for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give respect to the people in my group ultimately, and it's going to be an enjoyable competition, and I'll be ready.
Let's do it.
How civil.
And Mars.
Yes.
Yesterday you had a lot to say about this group. You got two people from this group up here now. Say it to their face.
That Chill picked the group. That you said Chill picked the group, and he clearly tried to give himself the easiest group of all time.
Which is not true.
How do you advance? How do you win this group?
Do you have to top the group, or is it the top two?
Isn't this round robin? This is just for seeding. Everybody makes a tournament.
It's just round robin. So everybody.
Oh, so you don't go home in the groups?
No.
Mars, did you not read the information that was sent to you?
No, I'm just gonna show up.
That just shows how much Mars really is not jacking you guys at all. But yeah. So the group play, you will battle everybody in your group one time.
Yep.
And basically, that just determines your seeding in the group. So the number one seed in this group will play the number 4 seed in this group in the first round of the playoffs. The number 2 seed in this group will play the number 3 seed in that group in the playoffs, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So everybody will make the playoffs. That will be week 5. And then from there, it will be single round elimination.
So can I tactically throw in the group?
I was just about to say that, Mars. You can
like, can I purposely lose to get a favorable matchup in the playoffs?
You could duck smoke, Mars. You could do that. Yes, you can. You can duck smoke, Mars.
Because if I'm assuming, this is just assumptions, no actual prior knowledge to this, but I'm assuming winner of Group 1 will play bottom of Group 4. So I'm assuming Chill's gonna win Group 1. But if I want to go up against, let's say, Dion, who might come second in his group, if I see Dion's winning his debates, I'm like, because he's on Wednesday and I'm on Sunday, I see Dion's winning. Interesting. Let me just lose to ZZ real quick so I can play Dion in the playoffs. Like, can I do that? Or like, you guys want to know that
you're gonna lose to ZZ no matter what. But what I'm saying is, you don't know which group you're gonna face. So I mean, you can do that. You technically can't throw it, but
okay.
Mars, you're in.
I see Mars has been tapped into the art of war.
Yeah, like,
I like
I'm just
that
saying,
more.
like, if
I like
I
that
want to
more. I see
tactically
you,
just
boy.
like try and pick my opponent, if I just see what's going on in other groups, I'm like, casuals, low key, top of this group right now.
That boy good.
I'd rather go up against OG the Beast. Let me just lose to John D. Let me just lose to John D real quick.
I think also you're gonna see tonight that you don't want to go against OG the Beast as well.
I watched OG the Beast say Tim Duncan was overrated. Yeah, I watched that.
That actually is going to be on the schedule tonight. Tim Duncan will be one of the topics. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but Tim Duncan will be one of the topics.
All I know is, Ox, you my man, but you got your work cut out for you. You got your work cut out for you tonight. My nephew's serious, yo. He dead.
Yeah, I'm not tripping, chill. I never respect my opponents. Never.
Nice.
I have never once in all my days ever respected one of my opponents.
You showed Group 1. I was like, I respect all my opponents. You're gonna say that?
Yeah, well, I don't, Jack. I'm not like that. In the huddle before the game, I'm telling my team, like, I don't even know who they are. We kicking their ass. And on top of that, I'm one of them dudes. I'm talking shit when I'm getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You go have to kick my ass every time you see me because I'm not playing. Shit, I don't care. I'm talking. Hey, you could be stomping me out, and I'm still talking shit.
Group 2. We will see this group on Sundays. It consists of Pirate, ZZ, y'all know Mars, and the wild card that was selected, MTail. This is Group 2. How are we feeling about this group?
Knowing what I know now, like, I'm chilling even more than I thought I was chilling. Now I'm not at risk of going home. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm cool. Shout out to ZZ.
Posting to the belt.
I mean, I'm gonna coast through the group. I mean, no matter who I come,
Mars, I got a question for you. So, if there's a world where you and I are matched up against each other, how do you think that debate goes?
I feel like if the debate is anything about the game of basketball, you will look so inferior to me that it's actually low-key disappointing that the level of human intellect can differ so vastly between two individuals. But if like we get into like a conversation about narratives and nonsensical agendas, I think you could hold your own for sure. But
what if the topic was about Jayson Tatum and the Boston Celtics?
Oh my god.
I think people will question how far human evolution has come and whether you were left behind.
I'm gonna bring the whole Celtic community to this, and they're gonna vote for me. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, yeah, maybe they can help you. I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure.
Mars, I'd like to think that I, am a little smarter than average. But it sounded to me like you saying you would wipe the floor with him. That's what it sounded like you said you would do.
I mean,
that's what it sounded to me like you said you would do. I would wipe the floor with you. If we're gonna have an actual basketball conversation, I will wipe the floor with you.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. That's all.
All right. Just make sure that's clippable. Cool.
But I'm also going into this with the mindset of like, it's not about cooking someone. Like, at the end of the day, I know what I'm debating ZZ on Sunday. Can't spoil it. But like, it's not about me. Oh, he's wrong because he said that. Like, at the end of the day, I do want to just have good basketball conversations.
Sure.
So I'm gonna do my best to be genuine and give my thoughts on something. And I will address things that I disagree with about him and why I disagree and all of those things. But it's not gonna be like, well, you're wrong because this, and that. Like, I want it to be a genuine basketball conversation.
Oh man, I missed the old bars.
I'm just confident enough.
It's not about cooking. It's not about cooking.
But here's the thing: we have a genuine basketball conversation. If people listen, they're gonna still say I was cooking. But it's not about me going out my way to try and prove you wrong more than it is just trying me to not push my perspective, but show my perspective. And maybe I make someone think about the game a little bit differently. I don't know. But when we done Black Friday events, it wasn't about me going out my way to cook. It was about me giving my perspective. People listened. It was like, oh, he was cooking.
Mars,
that's what I wanted to be. It's not going to be.
I feel that, Mars.
With all due respect, that's horse shit, Mars. My man,
I mean, that's
Uncle Drew told me this game.
Yeah, but
is
Ron,
all
you
about
won't put your name in the bracket. So, like, respectfully,
Uncle Drew told me it's all about buckets. It always has been, and it always will be about buckets. When it comes to this debating stuff, it's all about cooking. It always has been. It always will be about cooking.
Okay. I mean, for you, maybe. I mean, I'm gonna stand on my principles. It's not about getting the job done and winning the $1,000. It's about doing the job right. I want to do the job right. If I win that way, which I probably will, that's cool. But if I lose that way, I'm gonna go out saying I lost talking basketball. If someone talks basketball better than me, then I'm gonna tip my hat. If I get some questionable topics, I might have to take PC to Oxcourt because some of the topics you're giving me for this first round, I'm already disappointed. But knowing I can't go home in the groups, I'm not gonna take you guys to Oxcourt. But if I get into the playoffs, don't make me say my topic right now.
You got the topics you wanted.
Mars. To be honest with you, Mars. So what you just hearing him tell you that you got the topics that you wanted, you still believe that I got to pick my group?
Yes.
Still.
Yes. But I can easily say what one of my topics is right now and spoil the entertainment. But I'll let you guys know. I'm not going to tell you the topic. There'll be at least one topic on Sunday that when I have to debate it, you will know I don't want to be on this side of the debate. But I'm still going to win it. But I will just let you know one of them, I don't want to be on that side. But that's what they gave me. So it's cool.
You know, ZZ got a topic that he doesn't want to be on that side either.
One is a lot more drastic than the other one.
I got a topic that I don't want to be on.
One is a lot more drastic than the other.
I don't believe in that when it comes to hoop talk. You know what I'm saying? I can jump on any side of this fence real quick.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but I don't like arguing for stuff I don't believe in. It's like when we went to PC weekends and I had to do the LeBron Jordan thing. Like a lot of the stuff I was saying was like, I don't want to.
Oh, so that's why Chill got 50 because you didn't really even want to do it.
But we still won.
Yeah, but you know, it's like when you're there and you're like, I don't.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I could just stroll in and do something I don't want to do and still be better than you. Like that's what I mean. Like that's just how good I am at what I do. But at the end of the day, I want to do what I want to do. I want to be happy while I win, rather than just win because I'm so good. I mean, I still come out and give 50, but like, I want to have fun while I get 50.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. This is Group 3. Feast your eyes on the screen right now. Group 3, we got OG the Beast, Elder Rufus, Casual, and Big Ox.
Yeah. Let me say this though, Ron. Now I meant everything I said because that's just how I am. I just feel like I'm that guy in everything, right? But what I love about this group is that it's real hoop talk in this group. Like Chill said that a minute ago. I know that in this group, I'm dealing with gentlemen that are gonna come and talk basketball. I don't got to deal with no WWE shit. I don't got to deal with nothing. I know it's gonna be straight to the point, real hoop knowledge, real hoop knowers. You know what I'm saying? Guys that are coming to win. And that's why I like my group. Because if I can get out of this group, that means something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that really means something to me. If I can knock off Elder Rufus, that means something to me. You know what I mean? If I can get with OG the Beast, that means something to me. With all respect to Casual, I respect Casual. Don't get me wrong. I respect who he is as a person.
Does it mean something to you if you win against Casual?
I should beat Casual. I know that. Like I should beat Casual. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, he's a young fella. I don't mean nothing by it. I feel like my hoop what you call it, Morris?
Experience
and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All that, you know, I'm not too concerned. You know what I'm saying? But still, with that being said, I still think the young fella is a hoop knower though. I still think he's a hoop fella. I just don't respect nobody on the basketball court. So when I get with these guys screen to screen, it's gonna be like, yeah, I'm smacking this bozo. But these dudes are real hoop knowers, real hoop talkers, and it's not we not gonna win or lose based off of entertainment and playing around and, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting each other and trying to sway the judges. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy with the group that I'm in because it's very competitive, and, you know, it can go either way.
Just so we clear, Ox, I mean, I can respect you and still know that I'll bust your ass. I can still do that. Right. I don't have to be disrespectful to you. Like we get on the floor and I know, all right, this is a baller and I got a lot of respect for him. I'm still gonna kick your ass though.
Right. It could be the same or the same. See me, it could go both ways. I can respect you and still know that, you know what I'm saying, what's up, or I can have nothing but disdain and disrespect for you and still know that you're the best person out here. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just happy to be here. And we're gonna see what happens. Hey, OG the Beast is better be ready tonight. Don't come in here thinking that it's gonna be sweet or nothing like that. Because I do not play.
I got a poll running right now. Who will win Group 1? This is crazy. I'm gonna let it run for probably about 2 more minutes. I want to hear you guys' actual opinion. But 78% of the people have chosen chill. 76. 19%, 21% have chosen Dion from Ohio. 75 chill, 21 Dion from Ohio. Jack, my man, you've only got 4% of the votes.
Someone vote for Hayes. Someone vote for Hayes. I need to see that 0%.
Let's get it down to 3%. I've heard
it just went down to 3. It just went down to 3.
Oh,
come on, hey. Someone vote for Hayes. Someone troll vote.
Yo, Hayes is not getting 0% is insane. Y'all
0% is crazy.
Is Hayes trash? Am I tripping?
Have you watched From the Logo?
I haven't seen enough of Hayes. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Hayes.
No one can even give him a troll vote.
Mars, are you just talking down on Hayes, or do you really not respect his basketball knowledge? Like seriously.
I'm just talking down on From the Logo.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. So it's actually no shot at Hayes. No shot at Hayes. I'm doing the same thing for ZZ. Gifted too. I need to talk about how Gifted just be yapping too. But the unfortunate thing is, I talk trash about Gifted, but like he beat me. So like, damn. But still, he still be yapping, and he not beating me in a basketball conversation either. He just beat me on the semantics debate. So I got to take my L. But we talking basketball, he not winning either. So all From the Logo, they just here to make up the numbers. Shout out to
a lot of yapping going on, Mars.
Yeah, for sure. Just say the same thing 7 times, decorate it different ways. I'm on to you, buddy. But yeah.
I'm excited for this PCL, y'all. I really am.
Let's do it, yo.
Yo, in chat. Before I get to what I was about to say, Heat versus Haters 2.0 said Jack versus Hayes is the real finals, and I kind of agree.
Oh, remember that idea we had a tournament where all the teams that didn't make the play-in would battle for the number 1 pick. That's what the Jack versus Hayes finals would be. Yeah, that's what it would be.
Y'all will see.
And so obviously tonight we have some good matchups. Let me go ahead and talk about what Sunday's matchups will pertain as well.
You ain't shot Group 4 though.
I'll get there.
For sure.
Sunday kicks off at 6 p.m. Eastern time with Mars versus ZZ. They got a heavyweight versus a lightweight.
ZZ not.
Damn, you calling me fat? What the hell? Yo, Ron.
My bad.
Damn.
I'm sorry, we got 2 welterweights. So my apologies.
There we go. Lock in, man. Lock in.
Okay, hold, Ron. You seen?
I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet.
Okay,
Chill out, man. Chill out, man. I'm on a diet, man. Yeah.
Yo, Mars, ZZ is not sweet, Mars.
It's not, yo. He is not.
Mars thinks ZZ's baby food.
Facts, man. Shout out my man.
He really do. He really do.
Ain't ZZ lose to he who shall not be named right now? Or did he win? Am I wrong? Did he not lose?
He did lose.
So what are we talking about right now?
Mars, I think you got ZZ. Honestly, I think you do. But that's just because I know how you get down. But that's not saying that I don't think ZZ got heat though. I think
decent, Pyro gonna watch him too, but whatever Mtel's got, maybe. Yeah, he might be able to get one against Mtel. But maybe Mtel's built different. So who knows? He might go 0-3, he might go 1-2. I mean, you're not going anything above that.
The second matchup on Sunday at 6:45 Eastern Time is MTEL versus Pirate. And I think MTEL will be on either tomorrow or Friday. So you guys will get to, fill MTEL out and see what type of guy he is. And we'll get a good gauge on how much he beats Mars and Pirate by.
He might be.
Is MTEL from he's in the chat? He's a guy.
I ain't never seen him announce himself.
Is he a viewer, Ron?
He a viewer, yeah. He a viewer.
And last but not least, we got Swiper and Gifted to cap off the week. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday.
Swiper and Gifted is a yap session. Oh my god.
Oh my god, Mars.
It is a yap session, but it's an educated yap session. Though. These are smart.
Just because you're going to hear some true shooting, effective field goal, it's going to be yap. But hey, I'm here for it.
But at least it's gonna be two smart brothers that's yapping, though. You know what I'm saying? So you might gain some knowledge out of that.
Maybe.
Yap session or cap session?
I mean, probably both, but for sure, gonna be a lot of yap for sure.
All right, y'all asked for it. Y'all wanted to see Group 4, so let me go ahead and throw this on the screen. This is Group 4, the last and final group. And I'm also about to run a poll right now and ask, because I asked about Group 1. It looks like this is coming to a wrap. Chill, you got 69% of the votes. Dion got 17. And it looks like Jack and Hayes tied for last place in that group.
Let's go. We got Hayes to 7%. Good work, guys.
But this is Group 4, fellas. We got the Great Pin. We got Big Swiper. We got Educated Gifted. And then also, I got my last wild card, John D, in this group. Predictions?
If John D's a yapper too, that group is gonna be tedious to watch. If he is just like those three, oh my god, that's gonna be tough. But I think that's a tough group.
The thing about Penn is that I don't think Penn's yapping. I think Penn just got that voice. It's just like it sounds like he's yapping. It's kind of like Penn, get excited.
It's monotonous.
Bro,
it's monotonous.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. You know, so monotone, man. Get excited, Penn, because I think Penn really be talking some good stuff. Like he looks at it. He looks at it from different ways, different angles. You know what I'm saying? But it just kind of sounds like, sounds like on a first date. You know,
Penn says some things I vehemently disagree with, but he makes it clear why he believes the things he believes. So, like in a debate format, if I was a voter, even if I vehemently disagree with him, I think he would probably win debates in terms of who makes the better points. But knowing how the chat votes, if he's picking a side that most people are going to disagree with, he's not going to win. So I hope the sides he's on aren't too detrimental for him, where he can't explain his way out of it. But I do think he's very eloquent in the way he speaks. Yeah.
But when he talks like this, you kind of hear him talking 2 or 3 times, and after like 5 minutes, you start thinking, "Wait a minute, is he saying anything interesting?" When in reality, he is saying a lot of stuff interestingly, but you just keep hearing his monotone voice, and you're like, "Yo, what is this dude talking about?" But he's actually making some really good points.
It is a lot of word salad too, though. It is a lot of word salad.
He'll throw you off with it, but he does make a lot of, and that's the key too, Mars. The fact that you can defend your stance. That's the most important part. I feel like that's one of the most important things.
Yeah, but I mean, if I have to hear him argue for a player and then talk about how much he loves them, and then just start talking about everything they can't do, then he automatically loses my vote. If his first debate starts with, "I love this guy," but if he's already not getting my vote.
No disrespect. No disrespect.
Yeah. Or I've always hated this guy, but for real, he's the best player ever. If you think about it, like I'm not trying to hear that. So hopefully that's not what happens.
That's
chat
it too.
So here's the drill, chat. When it comes to judging for the regular season, the first 4 weeks, the judging will be on you guys. Chat, I gotta say this ahead of time. You're not just voting based on the side you like. So if it's Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, please don't just go with LeBron James because you think he's the GOAT. We need you guys to listen to arguments. We need to know who's more compelling, who's more convincing, who's more entertaining, who gives better facts, who goes to Statland, all of that stuff. You gotta. It's ultimately who puts together the better case and the better argument. Now, I know some of you guys aren't going to be able to look past whether LeBron James is your GOAT and all of that, but I need you to do your best to work with us and work with me and work with these guys up here and give the person who actually deserves the vote the vote. With that being said, chat, you guys got the regular season. When we get to the postseason, we will bring in actual judges. Chat, you will still get a vote, but we will have judges, and it'll be a little more even of a playing ground.
Mars, you watching this group, right? In the vote right now.
I mean, I want to meet MTEL because I always say this. I'm not as because I came from the chat. And if I could come from the chat, and I'm by far the smartest person who's ever been on this platform, if I can come on this chat, come from the chat, someone else can come from the chat and also be very smart. So I'm not gonna dismiss MTEL or John D and how good they can be, because if they're anything like me, I mean, they might come for my job. So I'm gonna give them the respect they deserve. But also, if you're voting from the chat, one thing that is very common: try not to let the last thing you heard be the thing that you agree with, because it's very common that for example, let's say we go back and forth twice. If I start and then someone replies to me, and then I reply to them, and then they have the last rebuttal, because I don't get to then refute what they said again, people are going to view it as this guy got the last word, he cooked.
No,
but that's just how the debate format is. So try and listen to both points that were made, and don't just go with the person who went last because they had the last word, they cooked. Because that's a big thing that happens. It's not just the chat, it's in general in life. You hear the person who has the last word, you just be like, well, the other guy didn't come back from that, so this guy won. So let's just try our best to avoid that level of bias. We can't eliminate it completely, but if you're aware of it existing, maybe you can just try and be conscious of that when you're voting.
All right, y'all. I ran a poll. Who wins Group 2? And looks like Mars ran away with this poll. Mars got 70% of the votes. Pirate came in second with 22%. ZZ came in third with 5%. And my man MTEL grabbed a vote.
MTEL disrespected, man. Give MTEL more love, man. He for sure beating ZZ. I believe in you, MTEL.
All right, I'm going to run a poll right now and ask you guys who wins Group 3. OG the Beast, Elder Rufus, Big Ox, or Casual?
This is going to be interesting. I want to see.
This is going to be really interesting because exactly what Ox just said. These are actual ball knowers, and this is basically the baller bracket, and we're gonna see who the best baller is out of this bracket right here, because there is going to be no extracurricular nonsense. These dudes are going to talk straight basketball. There's going to be some numbers thrown in there. Sure, there's going to be some production thrown in there. But for the most part, during this debate, you're going to hear stance on basketball. This is why I feel this way about this guy. This is why you're wrong about this. This is why I think this. And there's going to be legit logic behind it from a basketball perspective. So I'm interested to see that.
On top of that, too, like with me and OG and the Beast tonight, we got some good topics. I think these are some good level topics, too. You know what I'm saying? Like something we could really talk about.
What time y'all go, Ox? You go first or second? Because I know I go last.
We're second.
Okay.
Even though I felt some type of way about that, Ron. I'm like, if anybody gonna kick off the PCL, you should let me kick off the PCL. Whatever else, you know.
It was supposed to be you guys. I think you guys, OG the Beast can't go before 8.
Oh, okay. I could do that.
I think that was the best. I had you guys slated to go first. I thought that was the best matchup of the week. Right. I like my matchups of the week. My top 3 matchups. I had you guys number 1, OG the Beast and Big Ox. Swiping Gifted, that was the second matchup of the week that I'm looking forward to. And maybe I'm tripping because you guys are putting me on to something that I didn't believe. I didn't think it was the Celtics and the Wizards. Like I said, I thought it was the Celtics and the Sixers, but I got Chill and Hayes. I think that's gonna be a hell of a matchup.
If Chill loses, I'm gonna have some words for you tomorrow, Chill. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm excited for that matchup.
You gonna say you disrespected the panel, or you're disrespecting the panel?
If Chill loses, we need to bring Hayes up here and send Chill from the logo. He needs to go think about what he's done. He needs to be on probation from here.
I'm excited for that matchup because, like I said, I don't think I've seen enough of Hayes. I'm kind of disappointed.
Me neither. Like I said, I don't know about this dude. So
you gonna go watch from the logo episodes?
I'm actually on to be honest with you, I'm on my John Wooden mentality. And John Wooden, they didn't watch any tape on anybody. We just did our job, and as long as we do our job, we'll win. So
where could I find some OG the Beast? I'm different shit. I like to do my homework. He got his own channel and stuff?
Yeah, on TikTok he got his own channel. It's OG the Beast. Yep.
See, that's why, because I don't really be on TikTok. That's why I don't know nothing.
Yeah. Get on there. You're gonna go see those numbers and get scared.
Yep.
I'm not scared of numbers. Stop playing with me.
All right, you're gonna be scared of these numbers.
I laugh in the face of numbers.
I hope your group plays group 4, so there will be the basketball heads versus the analytics heads in the playoffs. That's what I want to see. I want to see the battle, how it goes
That's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna be the chat, because the chat does not respect that against numbers. I get washed up against numbers, guys, every time. It pisses me off, bro.
All right, the polls running right now. Who wins group 3? Big Ox right now is at the top of this group with 56% of the votes. Elder Rufus coming in at 22, OG the Beast at 18, and Casual is only getting 4% of the votes. I'm gonna leave this poll up for about another minute or so, but while I'm doing that, let me put the whole thing on the screen right now. And I gotta ask you guys up here. You get to choose one winner from each group. Honestly, I know we're all on the screen together, but if you guys really believe that Elder Rufus is going to wash Ox, say that. If you guys really believe like me that Dion from Ohio got work for Chill, say that. If you guys really believe that M-Tail is going to step in as a wild card and win group 2, say that. But chat, group 1 first. Who do you guys really believe will win group 1? Chat, I need you guys to chime in too.
They already voted. It was a landslide. Group 1 is the most boring group of all time. No, I mean, that's bad advertisement for the fact that it's actually group 1 kicking us off tonight. But besides that, it's still the worst group ever. Chill's going to run away with it. We understand that. Who's going to come second? That's what I'm interested to find out. But Chill's going to go 3-0. So who's going to beat each other from Chill? I mean, from Jack, Dion, and Hayes. That's what I want to know about. I got Dion coming second. That's why.
Ox, you got Chill too?
Right.
It's a silly question.
I got my thing is, and that's not necessarily an indictment on his group. It's just like I got Chill against most people anyway. You know what I'm saying? So for me to, and don't get me wrong, I respect Jack, I respect Dion. I haven't seen enough of Hayes, but like that's kind of like, come on, bro. you putting Rottweilers with Dalmatians, dog, and it's not really going to turn out the way you think.
Jack left early to go do some push-ups. To go get some shots.
He didn't like the way y'all saw and everything. And you know, I got big love for Jack. You know that. But come on, man. Like, come on. You need to. You know what? For real, Ryan. You need to switch Casual and Chill. With all due respect to Casual. Put Chill in group 3, and we could just come in group 3 and just rumble it out.
Agree to that. There's a reason Chill made his group look how it does.
Here we go, Mars.
Chill ain't trying to go in a group of competition.
I'm gonna well, first and foremost, if this is a league, I'm gonna have to see all of these dudes anyway. What difference do it make if I see you?
Yeah, but you just made sure you put yourself in the weakest division.
No, I didn't. I'm telling you that. Well, we've already cleared it up that I didn't do that. Ron's lying. I did not do that. So that's just not true. I did not. But listen, man, when you're in competition, once again, when you are the heavyweight champion of the world, you have to be prepared to get it on with any and everybody, any and everywhere, because everybody coming for the belt, everybody. So you have to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared to throw your hands up wherever you at. Doesn't make a difference. And I come from that era where, yo, I will come to your park. I'll come down there to where you at. Let's get it on. I will come to your park. You don't necessarily have to come to mine. I will come to your park, and I'll come by myself too.
Oh, yeah, because you really need backup for Jack Coty.
Yo, so now I got to ask you guys, because you're saying that Chill's going to run away with the group. Chill, I got to ask you first. Who in this group do you think comes in second?
Well, contrary to popular belief, outside of what Jack talks about with the Celtics, because he kind of throws you guys off when he talks about the Celtics, I think Jack got a good. I think Jack has a good. Him and Dion. I don't know enough about Hayes, so I gotta go do some homework on Hayes. I've done a little bit of homework on him. I don't know enough about him, but Dion will throw you off the rails. Dion will say something, and you'll be like, "Wait, what? No way." just like Jack will, but I don't think to the extent that Dion will. So if I had to pick between the two of them, Jack.
Ox, Mars.
I got Dion. That's Dion who said that AD made more sense for Team USA and he was cooking. I've heard Dion make sense. I've heard Dion make sense more than I've heard Jack make sense.
This the same Dion who described Tim Duncan and Anthony Davis. This is that Dion, by the way.
It's the same Jack who said Jayson Tatum's the best player ever.
Yes.
He
said he's the best player that he ever seen. That's what he said with his own eyes.
It depends on the topics for me as far as that goes. That's a big thing. I think topics are going to make the matchups go in this one. So if y'all, so it depends. In matter of fact, it really depends on how you were feeling when you made the topics. If you was trying to make it, you know what I'm saying, exciting or whatever the term is, then it can go either way. But as far as just straight ball knowing, I think I might got to go with Dion. It just sounds crazy sometimes with Dion, but when you wait and you're like, wait, let me dissect this. Dion don't really be off the rail like it's just when Bron comes up,
Facts. I got Hayes though. Hayes not getting enough love. I got Hayes.
Hayes is absolutely getting disrespected. You know what? You know what's going on right now with Hayes?
Not because I think he's whack, Ron. I just don't know him. Not because I think he's whack. I just don't know him. That's all.
Nah,
yeah, bro, you don't never bring him on the panel, so I don't never.
Right, I don't know him.
Like that's not me disrespecting.
Not because I think he's whack. I just don't know him. That's all.
He can't come on the panel. I tried to get Hayes on here a million times, but
okay, well then that's all it is. I'm definitely not disrespecting Hayes.
He one of them guys where he overseas, so you don't get to see him.
Right. Yeah. For facts. He just one of those dudes. Like I'll probably seen Hayes really. And the thing about it is, anytime I tap into from the logo, it's really like everybody's talking. Y'all know Gifted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I never. I love you, Gifted. I don't mean nothing. It's just like I never really get to see Hayes really go on one. He might say something here and there. So I just don't know. But so it's not disrespect. I'm just ranking the guys that I've seen. And Dion and Jack have been up here a bunch of times.
Nah, I know what it is. It's like Bob, what player was that?
Who?
You could say Julius Randle, but it was somebody else. That Mars said was trash, and then all of a sudden,
DeMar
DeRozan.
I ain't say they were trash.
That's what it is, and you guys took it and ran with it. Now that's how Hayes is getting disrespected right now. So I can't wait for at the end of this, you guys to give Hayes the flowers that he deserves.
Did you say that, Mars?
I ain't say that, man.
Did you say that, Mars? Yes or no?
No, I ain't say DeMar DeRozan was trash.
Just like
I said Kyle Lowry was better than him, and I stand on that.
But Mars, you know what you did say?
What I said?
You said Hayes was the Washington Wizards.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he proceeded to get this many votes until you said,
yeah, and then I got him 7%. And then I got him 7%. He tied the Jack.
Chill. How many times have you heard me tell Mars, you got to be careful what you say, Mars, because when you say something, people listen to you and they hang on to what you say, Mars. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Yes, he
like
is.
as soon as you called him the Washington Wizards, Hayes got no votes.
It's because they know where I come from. It's because they know I'm one of them. They know.
What,
me in the chat, we like this for real. We locked in. I'm one of them.
Oh, because you used to be one of them, and
I still am one of them. I just happen to be on camera too, but I'm still one of the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Group four is super. The most even I've seen.
Yeah,
Group fours.
Yeah, the poll. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I expected Gifted to get more than 21% though. Honestly.
No, they know he be happen.
Oh yeah, this is absolutely gonna be exciting tonight. I can't wait for this. Yeah, it's about to be it.
Are you hosting it?
Who knows? All I know is I'm gonna be holding this belt.
What do you mean, who knows, Ron? Are you hosting or not? Yes,
you know.
What the hell is the
Ron knows he's holding it upside down. This is why he can't host. This is why he can't host.
Chill, he talking about who knows, like literally you know. Chill. What back in the day? What was your like day ritual before a game? See, I always have rituals before games and things I would do. I'm about to have to tap back into that. I'm about to have to go watch some Scottie Pippen highlights, get ready. Do a little yoga. Get ready for this. Turn on some Whitney Houston. Those are the things I do before games. I'm about to get into that.
I would show up to the gym early, get my shots in early, and I would literally nap in the locker room. And then pop back up and go back upstairs and get some shots in. I would do that.
Yeah. Take a shower real quick.
You napped before games?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I could never.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you know what? I think I need to invite somebody to do some pre-game debating on my channel, man. Anybody pull up to that, debate me about
anything. The reason why is because I couldn't sleep the night before. I was so so charged about what was, especially if it was a big game, like if we were playing for first place in the league or something like that, or I was going up against one of the better players in the league. I didn't really get much sleep the night before because I wanted it to be right now. So I would get to the gym early, I'd get some shots up, then I'd literally go lay down in the locker room, then jump back up and go get some more shots up, and then get ready.
All right. As of right now, the poll is running, and it's been running for about 5 minutes. Who wins Group 4? Swiper is on top with 41% of the votes, 40%. Ping got 32. Gifted got 22. And John D got 6. Hey, shout out John D getting some love from the chat.
Yeah, 6% is something.
All right. That's what it is right now. We got some super chats, so we're going to go ahead and take care of these. Before we do, go to www.playerschoicemerch.com and take it light. But make sure you take that.
And by the way, Ox, I was blasting Ice Cube and Tribe Called Quest. That was in my headphones on the regular. Okay. Ice Cube and Tribe Called Quest was my pregame ritual. Ice Cube got my blood pressure up.
It's all Whitney Houston and Mary J for me. Lord Anita Baker. I gotta rock with the R&B.
Yeah,
get nice and ready. I like that. Mars, you're not. You're not going to that. Never mind. I was gonna say you're not excited enough, Mars, but I forgot you on Sunday.
No. Make sure to tap into PCO tonight. Also, like the video, subscribe, and become a member. And speaking of members, shout out to a few of our Hall of Famers. We got Cobra Son of Raditz. We got Dorian Clayton, Jerryality, Mikhail. Shout out to them individuals. Shout out to them fellas. Appreciate y'all for being members. Super chats. Said Ron's Glazers stand up. Everybody standing?
Siéntate.
Vámonos.
Siéntate.
Vámonos.
Said also, is Buddy no longer with us?
Oh, why you acting like he died? He was in the chat earlier. He good.
All right. Shout out Buddy. And shout out Kendall Daniels too. Another Hall of Famer. Biggest of shout outs to Kendall Daniels. He came up here and kicked it with us a couple times. Kendall, I hope to see you Friday too, by the way. Rich Green became a member today. Big shout out to Rich Green. Salute to you, my friend. MP13. Shout out to MP13.
Work with a dude named Rich Green. That was my man.
Is that him?
Yeah, I don't know if that's him. I don't know if that's him or not, but I used to work with a dude named Rich Green. That was my man.
Well, shout out to Rich Green, who she used to work with, and shout out to Rich Green, who became a member. Drink More Water said, going into the meaningful games, can you guys rank the players on Team USA from best to worst? Not really sure about the order past 4.
Who's played the best or who I think the best players are?
Those two things are not the same because James has played the best. So
LeBron, AD, Bam, and Drew would be my top 4. Steph and D-Book. Joel.
Over D-Book over Joel?
I'm with Drink More Water after like that top 4, 5, 6. I mean, after that, I'm not really. I couldn't give you a definitive order. Now, if you told me to rank them just who I think the best players are, I mean, that would. I mean, after 1, I don't know what the order is. To be honest, it's Joel, then JT, Bron, KD, Steph. Some of those 4 in whatever order. I don't know. and then I don't know, Derek White's last or Drew's last, one of them.
I just don't want to get caught up in the. I know that these 3 weeks, that's what the Olympics are. I just don't want to get caught up in that being the benchmark for what the season is going to be. That's just not true.
Chill. I get what you're saying. My only thing, and this is mainly an indictment to Joel Embiid. You going into this, I know I undoubtedly had him ranked the highest out of everybody on this team. Mm-hmm. I had him as the best player going in. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is your game gaming? Does your game travel? Or are you just good because you in Philadelphia and can do whatever you want with the ball?
I think he's been good the last couple games. I don't know why we acting like he's just been bad the whole time.
No, he's been good. Yeah. He has
been good the last couple games.
He hasn't been terrible.
Against Germany, I think he was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He did a good job at rim protecting. Yes, he did.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just my thing is just Joel. Like, I just expected him to play a lot better, and it just hasn't. Joel has not been Joel. And I mean, part of it is the system too. Like, Joel's never played with guys like this, but at the same time, Joel's played with other all-stars.
But to Ox's point, I mean, there are some things that are just basketball. And as a big man, you could do big man things. Run to the rim, get big in the post. You got distributors on the crew. You got dudes who pass on the crew. And if you got in the post, run into the rim and just ask for the ball, 100% you would get it. 100% you would, because you got guys who can do that.
Yeah, but we'll see. Team USA does play against, yes, it's Serbia. They play against Serbia on the 28th. That's the opening game for the Olympics. So we're obviously going to be tuned into that. The Olympics are right here. So we'll get to, it's going to be a good, it goes from the 28th to what? It goes for about 2 weeks.
The gold medal game is on the 10th.
On the 10th? Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to get
is that it?
Yeah, the gold medal game is on the 10th.
So we're going to get 2 weeks of hoops and then we done?
That's it, Mars.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Also, too, you guys been tapping into France?
France, I mean, they need Killian Hayes.
Oh, here we go. Mars, don't.
You're telling me they don't need a guard? Like, genuinely, they don't need a guard?
They could do better than Killian Hayes, Mars.
Where?
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Exactly. They can't. They need Killian Hayes.
They can't do worse. They can't do worse than Killian Hayes. But I mean,
Frank Ntilikina is worse.
Oh my God, Frank.
They need Killian Hayes or Nolan Traore, but maybe I don't know. They think he's too young. I don't know. Get Killian Hayes, man. I stand with you, Killian. You'll be in Blackpool. I don't know why.
See, the thing about it, Killian, and everybody that wasn't able to make their national team, I think I have a product that can help you to advance your skills and be the best that you could possibly be and make your national team. Killian, all you have to do is watch this video. Well, this right here.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never-frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great-tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code playerschoice50 at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
They got meatless meat. They got meat. They got no meat on the menu too. They have stuff like that. So
W Factor meals though, for real. Y'all make sure y'all to tap into that.
I'm telling y'all,
50% off is crazy.
It's the truth. I'm telling y'all.
That's what my diet consists of. That's why anytime you guys see me next, I'm gonna be looking like, oh no, but yeah.
You gonna be rocked up, Mars?
Yo, what?
Focus, Mars.
What's up with you, Ryan?
Mars, focus.
Focus.
Me more.
Back to the super chats.
Here we go.
Next super chat is from Davion Bohannon. He said, "Why does the discourse around OKC seem so weird after being number one and fixing a lot of our flaws? But we could be out the top 6 next year."
I mean, if you get injured, you could.
Yeah, you could be out the top 6 if you got hurt. But
exactly, so it's possible.
I think they're gonna still be right back at the top of the Western Conference. I think I'm in a minority, but I think Caruso should play in front of Dort.
Yeah, he's better than Dort.
Yeah, I think he should play in front of him.
Aren't they both? They both not starting?
How?
No.
So that means Isaiah Hartenstein for sure starting.
No. Well, it depends. If Hartenstein's starting, you have to start one or the other. I think. If he's not starting, then yeah, you can start both. But we'll see.
First of all, when I saw Caruso on Inside the NBA standing up next to Kenny Smith, who is legit 6'3", he looks like he's significantly taller than him.
Caruso like 6'5". Yeah.
Right. That's what I didn't know he was that big. I did not know he was that big.
Dort 6'3", but yeah, Caruso like a legit.
You got to bring Lou Dort off the bench. There's no way I'm starting Chet at the 5. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's got to be iHeart, Chet, J-Dub, Caruso, and SGA. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, at least. You know what I'm saying? Just the way I'm looking at things.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's not how they start, but I would be shocked if that's not how they close.
Right, it may very well be their closing line.
Yeah.
Sure.
It also depends on the opponent too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Depending on the opponent. You know what I mean? But for as far as like a standard lineup goes, I would think, because I like Chet at the 4. I don't like Chet at the 5.
See, my thing is, I'm not mad at Chet at the 5. I do think Chet gets a little stronger. He probably won't be where he needs to be next year, but I just be sleeping on iHeart.
Really?
You need to wake up.
Please wake up.
I'm not gonna say I think you guys hype him, but when y'all be saying like the things y'all be saying, and the thing about it is, I haven't really heard bad things about him, so that's why I'm thinking that maybe I'm in a minority.
And you know what, too? When Swiper was naming off all the bigs, like he forgot. I think obviously, I know sometimes people don't feel too highly about him anymore, but forgot about up here in Portland. You know what I'm saying? With DeAndre and Robert Williams, like it's bigs all through. Cling. Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't get the young fella.
Yeah,
that's right.
Forget about the Australian kid y'all got up there too.
Drop brief. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of big fellas out west. You know. So.
Moses Brown.
Relax, but
okay.
Hey, also too, shout out Donovan Clingan. He averaged almost 13 rebounds. He averaged like 4.4 blocks over the summer league.
Glass cleaner. I like that.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He about to,
and it wasn't empty neither. Like we know
like 4 threes a game too. Shout out to him.
So does that mean that Robert Williams is heading down to 5? He'll be in sack before the season's over?
That could mean that both of them might be out of here by the end of next year.
Both of them, like DeAndre Ayton too?
Yeah. They drafted him at. They drafted. I mean, they could keep both of them, but at the same time, I mean, if they clearly see that Clingan is their future, they drafted him at 7. He just gave you 4, and I know it's summer league. Okay, I know this, but he just gave you 4.4 blocks and 13 rebounds.
Yeah.
Mars, if you start shooting that 3 ball a little more consistently, and
it's not going to take long. To be honest with you, Ron, it's not going to take long when they see him in training camp to go, all right, we got our guy. It's not going to take long.
He nice. I like him.
Either way, though, Ron, I wouldn't move off of DeAndre Ayton unless I could get something, good for him. Some real young pieces. But I would like to keep him around for at least the next year or two. If it's not just to help, have somebody for Clingan to battle against throughout the season. I would hold on to them and try and maybe run both of them together too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. I like them two together.
Ayton at the 4?
Certain stages.
8 is more 4 than 5, in my opinion.
Personally,
I mean, when you do put it that way, yeah. They would have been a good duo coming up in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm. And if they want that, if they only want them to run the 5, then to me that's like, okay, then we're not gonna have much down minutes at the 5. We can have both of them playing just split minutes and maybe play them together for just a few minutes out the game. Like if you're playing against the Timberwolves or if you're playing against the Nuggets, you know what I'm saying? They could run together for, I don't know, anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes at a time.
Yeah. One buddy said, saw it first on Ox IG. Sonya Massey? Who's Sonya?
You ain't see her get shot by the police for having a pot of hot water in her hands in her own home. He wanted to kill her. You can see the first thing he said, "I'll shoot you in your effing face." He wanted to shoot her.
Which by the way, she called the cops for an intruder that she thought she saw outside. So it wasn't like they showed up for a mental issue. No, she called the cops because she thought that there was an intruder outside. So she called them for help. And when they walked in the door, the first thing she said to the cop was, "Please don't hurt me." That's the first thing she said. Please don't hurt me.
I'll tell you one thing, man. As brothers in our neighborhoods, we need to start. You know, we got sisters that's living by themselves. We need to let them know if something's going on and you feel something, call me first. You know what I'm saying? I'll come check out some things for you. I'll be here before the police get to you. You don't got to call them for everything. That's what we
don't have to be, and it doesn't have to be anything else but that. It doesn't.
That's what we're here for. If you're scared, you call me. You don't got to call them first.
Condrill said, change your smoke detector battery.
Ron, we know it's you, Ron. Like we discovered this earlier. We was talking about it. We know that's you, bro.
100% is you, Ron. Why are you looking all crazy? It's
you. We know for sure it wasn't Jack.
Right.
Right. It ain't no Jack.
Yeah.
My mic was muted.
Right. It's you, Ron.
Where is it then?
Anyway,
where is it?
Chats, Ron.
Damn, where's the comedic timing, man? That would have been perfect.
Yeah, that would have been great.
First off, I just don't have a smoke detector. I know, crazy.
There it is again.
Ron
You ain't hear
There it is again.
You ain't hear that?
That's not in here. Just so you know, Ox, that is not in here. It's not in your house, Ox. Is
it? One of y'all being nasty.
Oh my, okay, Ron.
Mars, if that's you, bro,
I'm looking on my wall. I don't have a
There's no way it's me.
Ron, why would you not have a smoke detector?
I know it's not on the wall. We took it off because guess what? Boop. Boop.
Okay, Ron.
Oh shit.
Mo said Dub Mars for always showing my GOAT Harden some love.
Him and Joel, man, the most disrespected players in the NBA. Well, James Harden at his time, and now Joel now. Yeah, most disrespected players in the NBA. Someone got to stand up for them.
And you know what, Ron? I'm 100% calling the fire marshal on you because that is, you know.
I got it out of here, y'all. I finally got that out of here. Hey, now we can have a peaceful show. Now we can do this. The Tribe Run said.
What did the Tribe One say, Ron?
Random Dono. I think he meant to say Damo. Random Damo. Best duo in the league, AD and Bron.
Random donation. The best duo in the league is Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun. You gonna see.
We'll see about that, Moss.
You gonna see.
Brax the Bandit said, chill. I'm sorry for you, brother.
No reason to be.
What that was about.
About the brackets.
Malachi said, chill, winning by a blowout. KB Knows Ball said, ZZ beat he who shall not be named, Mars.
Oh, okay. Well, whoopsie daisy. I mean, my fault. Shout out to ZZ.
Mars, that was KB.
Yeah.
KB, we might need to get you looped into the next one. You got snubbed for this one, but we might need to get you on the next
You
one.
Want more yap?
Uh-oh.
I think KB's come a long way, Morris. Honestly, I do.
Okay.
Deeza said, when Gifted up here, I think maybe Mookie wasn't bad. Gifted over Doodoo? All right.
Doodoo, baby.
No doubt. Oh, that's who I forgot to get on here was Mookie. Oh, we might have to make some last minute revisions. I might just come up with another bracket. Hey, KB, I might be calling you soon, brother. Damo, I might need you to tap back in. I know you said no, but we may need your services because Mookie got to get in this. But chat, we'll be back tomorrow. Really, we'll be back tonight with the PCL, and we're going to get to it.
Yes, sir. Later.
Merry Christmas.